Yes, what's going on, my peeps? We are back in the damn building. Yes, I know I don't do live videos because I don't really want to. That is the long and short of it. I don't want to. I'd rather just do the pre-recorded videos. But I was having a conversation with Endz yesterday, obviously, and I said, you know what? Let's do this video, have a conversation about Liverpool, the club I hold so dearly in my heart. And so I know the other two do as well. But now, all jokes aside, we wanted to just take a little look. You know, obviously, everyone's talking about some of the players that we've been linked with. And, you know, sitting there thinking about it, we don't know what's going to happen next season. And by the way, people, just as a disclaimer, we also don't know what is going to happen next season. This is just a thought process. Do not shoot us in the back of the head at the parade for talking whatever we are talking today. Please keep it civil in the chat. Please keep it civil if we see you at the parade as well. We're just having a conversation. But without further ado, Savage, Endz, how you guys doing this afternoon?
I don't like how you put us in the assassination category, bro. That was kind of crazy.
Unfortunately, you're with me on the screen. So you're hearing it, like, unfortunately, bro. Unfortunately.
JFK and them, man. Nah, bro, we're good, bro. We ain't trying to... you got man just standing with their backs to the wall now, just in case, bro. But nah, listen, big up, man. Love for the love as always, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, all good, man. All good, brother. All good. I'm on low carbs, but just ignore me, man.
No. I feel you. No worries, man. No worries. Big up everybody, of course, in the chat already. Big up Scraps in the damn building, and big up Honesty as well, member of the channel for 3 months. Much love and appreciation, my bro. Speaking of membership, I did put out a community post, maybe like a week or 2 ago, and I did say, as soon as the season has ended. So what's that? The Champions League. I think the Champions League final is the last game, yeah. So the Champions League final finishes throughout the summer. Every single week, I will be dropping exclusive videos first to the members and then to all the other peasants in sight. You will then get the videos after my members have seen the video. So it will happen throughout all of the summer. So don't worry, everyone will be able to see it. But members, I do want to give you guys a little something back. And as well, I will be doing a lot more member-only streams and stuff like that. Because, like I said, guys, I'll be real. I don't really want to be here on the screen like this hosting shows. I'd rather let Endz or Savage do that. But I said, you know what? This time, let me just run the rhythm. Ladies and gents, bow your head. Let's laugh at Arsenal football.
Respect it, man.
Love. Man. Before we do get into anything, you know what? We'll spend 2 minutes talking, obviously, about Arsenal Football Club. How did you guys find the game last night? The evil laughs that just dispersed.
Yeah.
Felt like I was watching the Justice League and all the villains are together, like just fucking hell. Like.
No, listen, as they say, man, PSG saved football, man, for a year at least. Because, look, all we can say about Arsenal, they've not been great. They're a good team when they want to play. But the worst thing you wanted was these guys to be in the Champions League final because then they have a chance of winning, right? Yeah. So we didn't want them to get there. We wanted them to be out because now they don't have no trophies to hand. Phase 6, next season will be phase 7, and it won't be any trophies. And what I love about it the most, is it's the meltdown of the Arsenal fan base, bro. They've all lost their mind. Savage made us aware that man out here doing 13-hour streams, emergency.
13 hours.
Just in case, blood. Just in case. I don't know. Listen, I'm so happy. All I did yesterday was troll in my Arsenal brethrens, and I didn't say much. All I did was throw Savage's video in there, let that simmer. All I see was everyone cooking. They was like, nah, this brother is just killing these, man. And then Dan, obviously, Sav, you know, man said, oh, I think he's talking about Spurs. It can't be us. Like, no, he's talking about you. Don't throw Spurs under the bus. They're about to get into a final. Leave them alone, yeah? But in all, beautiful, bro. Beautiful.
Savage, man. How do you feel, man?
It's a beautiful time to be alive, blood. You get me? Hey, man, what can I say, bruv? You get me? Not all heroes wear capes. You get me? All type PSG, blood. You get me? You dumped us out. You dumped them out too, blood. It's fine. You get me? They smashed up all the English teams pretty much. But obviously, Farmers League and that. You get me? So don't worry. The Uber
That's why
Eats
he
League.
said that after the game as well. He
Yeah,
said, hey, this is Farmers League. Like.
come on, man. Uber Eats League and that blood, but we can't beat them. All right, man.
McDonald's League and that.
Listen, it's right, man. Football was saved, bro, and it's time for people to start to respect other football teams, isn't it? There's many ways to play football, bro. And the snobbery has to stop, bro. God, there ain't no English teams in the final. So everyone who tried to cost me last week, all the English team, but there's none in the final, blood. So it's over with. Yeah, these men had WrestleMania fireworks ready for man at the end of the game, bro. They knew what time it was, bro. Arsenal never had a chance, but listen, I would say Saka was good. I'll leave it there, bro. Because he actually, bro, like he done everything he could in the game, bro. He just didn't work out in it.
Oh, apart from the blazing over the
bar.
Oh
yeah, apart from the open goal. But yeah, everything. Everything else, blood. Yeah, man. Old time Arsenal still, blood. Good times.
How did he hit so hard though, bro? I don't even understand why there was so much power in it. It was a simple cross and
just tap. Just tap. And you're running onto it as well. Like all it needed is just connection. Yeah, it didn't need no power because the pace came, the power came from the ball across. So I was like,
they're trying to sweep under the carpet as well. I ain't even seen anyone mention it since wherever this. They're trying to sweep under the carpet,
bro. I'm sorry. And by the way, just to apologize. No, you know what? I'm not apologizing. Big up to all my Arsenal boys and that. You know what I'm saying? You man are my G's. Been my G's for 20 plus years.
Yeah, man. Hold tight, Tariq and Matt. Where you at, bro?
Yeah, bro. Hold tight.
Matt came out the woodworks today. He's all right. Matt's all right.
Oh, okay.
Tariq though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tariq is the one I'm really worried about, to be fair. But I'll check in on him and see.
Can we all take 2 seconds and just send him a message just to see if he replies?
You know what? Let me message him now.
Just send a little text. Just say, "Yo, you know, everything all right?" Just double check. You know.
Good morning, good afternoon, Tariq. Just checking in to see if you're okay.
Yeah, these men have to realize, but PSG weren't even good in the first half, but they messed up so many chances, bro.
Listen, it was one of them.
The inexperience in it, the inexperience of Barcola and Doué blood shown in the first half, bro. And
yeah,
these still won the game. Cravo wasn't even that great. They weren't even, bro. That wasn't even like PSG at full plot, blood. They weren't even that great.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to shift the conversation yet, but can we take a moment just to speak about Saliba, bro, and how,
bro, this is the Arsenal
HIT he's looked since Gabriel ain't been there. Bare errors leading to goals, error leading to chances, just passing it to other, like they're wearing the same jerseys, like looking a bit Bambi-ish on the heels. Can't really. Can we speak about him, or we're just gonna let him slide?
No. Endz, you are totally right, because when Van Dijk, or Canate to be fair, but mostly Van Dijk because of who he is, right? Remember when we played against Spurs and we've all seen the meme? Perisic, that's his name. All of that, blah, blah, blah. Bro, man, still talk about that shit today. I see it on people's, like, when they're talking about, like, defenders making mistakes, they bring that up and whatnot. And they're like, oh, but, you know, they start bringing his age into it. Oh, well, Van Dijk wasn't this good at the age of... I was like, I couldn't really care less what he was doing at 24, 25 years old, to be honest, because at Liverpool, he's been amazing. He's been the best centre-back ever at this point. So when we talk about Saliba, unfortunately, Arsenal fans, you've got to understand, when you put him on the pedestal, unfortunately, this is what happens. You can fall off that pedestal, you know? You can fall off. And last night, Endz is right. You look like Bambi. Bro, the way he was bringing out the ball from the back, I was like, yeah, you don't even look comfortable. Like, this can't be something that Arteta's asking for, like moving forward. No, wait.
Hey, man, I made this statement 3 seasons ago. I told man, bro, Gabriel's better than him, bro. I don't understand what people ain't watching, bro. Like, he's a better defender than him. You get me? This madness. And also, let's talk about something else. Arsenal and their set piece coach. So I've been watching this for weeks now. And I was like, so no one going to mention this. Okay, they're great at set pieces, isn't it? Offensively. Defensively, on stats, they're one of the worst in the league. They're like second from bottom at conceding them. And then they say, bro, they stink, bro. They can't defend corners. And have you noticed that they got one weakness that you see every week and they don't stop it, which is the person on the edge of the box. They leave it open every time. Bruv, Ruiz scored there yesterday. Eze scored there the week before. Flipping Ryan Christie scored there earlier in the season against Bournemouth. The same move every time, bruv. What the set piece coach is there standing on the sideline trying to get headlines and that, bruv. About they got a mural and that. This pussy, bruv.
Listen, man, as honestly said, they've conceded the most goals from set pieces. It's peak. Like I said, it's just, and Arsenal fans, I'm sorry, No, I keep saying sorry. I don't mean to. It's, you know, habit. You know, in childhood and that. You know, you guys all deserve it. Unfortunately, you deserve it because Savage is right. You man had the you. I saw if Arsenal were to win, obviously last night, bro. I promise you, people had Savage. You just said fireworks, bro. They had. It was going to be a madness. Like in North London, it was going to be a madness from what I saw anyway. It was going to be a like they had things ready, prepared, as if this was a final. Like as if this was the final game, Champions League final, win this, and then they're going to celebrate like it's a parade and all of this. So I said, rotted. Like,
he's not in muddy waters, bro. They're in muddy waters. I heard man say, "Old tight Sharky still." That's my guy. But I heard him say when they beat Real Madrid, man said, "Listen, just let us enjoy it." I said, "You're right. You should enjoy it. You should enjoy it." But he said, "I have to be honest. This is the cake. This like if we win the Champions League, that's the icing on the cake. But beating Real Madrid was the cake, and I'm just gassed that we got here. That's all I care about." What? Winning the Champions League, the icing on the cake, but beating Real Madrid's the cake. Make it make sense, bro. The objective is to win the trophy, bro.
It should be the other way around.
Can you give
Nobody cares. Declan Rice's free kicks are void now. Nobody cares about them, bro.
Yeah, they're done and dusted. Sav, can you give me a team that beat Real Madrid this season that isn't a level on Arsenal's level?
All of them, bro. We lost to Valencia, and Valencia at the time were bottom of the table and just had a flood in their country, bro, like in their city. Like,
okay, let's use Valencia, bro. Valencia right out here going, yeah, do you know what? That our season's done now because we've beaten Real Madrid. Like, we just beaten them. At all.
Nobody does that.
This is my boy said it perfectly. It's a big up Santana, man. Said it perfectly yesterday. Act like you've been here. We can't take you nowhere. We cannot take you guys nowhere. Like you're that guy. You're the guy in the friend group that is like, we can't actually take you because we don't know how you're gonna act, and we've seen how you've acted without even getting into the restaurant or into the club. So we've seen already how you're acting. But now you're in here. There's two gal, and you man will know. You know when you go to these certain type of clubs, there's a certain type of gal that you're going to see there. It's not no regular type of chicks that you're gonna see on student night and all that stuff. No. This is the kind of prestige looking things. Now you're all acting all funky. You're moving all drunk and that. And guys, just act like you've been here. Just relax. Just chill. You see the Arsenal. You see the Liverpool, Manchester United. But we just chill. We just chill. We go through our ups and downs. We know 1 week, not 1 week. Like let's say we'll go through our periods of time when we ain't really got that much money. We're kind of a bit low. We're just grinding. We're grafting right about now. We're looking after our families, all of that kind of stuff. That's what Manchester United are going through. Liverpool have obviously been through that as well. But we go for our periods where it's just we're just chill. But you guys, bro. Jesus Christ.
We've all seen the mom at the front of the shop giving the kid the pep talk and that. When we get in this shop, don't ask for no sweets, blood. When we go to my friend's house, you're not hungry, and then the kid's still talking about, yo, mom, I'm hungry. Didn't I tell you, bruv? Watch when you get home. Watch me and you now. Watch when I get home. Them lyrics there, blood. That's Arsenal, bruv. I had man in the chat yesterday, all time Morrison, that we had to get it because yesterday he decided on that day to unveil he was an Arsenal fan after all these years of knowing him.
Oh, you didn't know he was there? You didn't?
He changed his badge to an Arsenal badge. And then obviously he ended up being the only Arsenal guy in the chat, so he had to get cooked, bro. Man talking about, I can't wait for you lot to go through this kind of thing. Wait, I've been through the dark days, bro.
Yeah.
I was born in the darkness, molded by you.
Man said I was born. Nah. Thank God I've timed this anyway. I'm going to use that. Man said
I can't wait for you to go through the darkness, bro. Does he know about Roy Hodgson, blood?
6 months.
Does he know about the highlight this season being Glenn Johnson scoring and twisting on Ashley Cole? That was the only highlight, bro.
Buying down $20 million, no assists, no goals. You don't know about it.
Does he know about Jimmy Traore against Barnsley, but back your own goal? Does he know about that? You know about Varane?
Marini and these, man. No goals. Just
Does he know? He don't know.
Akulani came injured as well. How did he pass his medical?
Engog up top. With Spearing in midfield. And Shelby at the same time.
Man got Cinema up on goal and Miller up top as well, bruv.
Neil Miller, one volley, bruv, and that's his whole career. Did you know about that? Dark times. You could never...
Dirk Coit as a striker ended up being a right wing. Okay.
Tariq, by the way, he just replied.
Tariq.
He said... Hey, big up Tariq, bro. He said, "You and Endz, leave me alone." Hey, nah, Tariq is the guy, man. He's the G. Hey, that's funny, bro. That is. I don't. And the thing is, Savage is saying it, yeah. And like I said, I'm gonna click that up anyway. Sorry, but you guys don't even. You have no inkling. I'm sorry, you have no inkling of the pain that man went through. And by the way, we're going through pain during a period of time in your life when you're trying to still learn how to be a man. That's hard. Yeah. That's already hard. Remember, we're all adults now, so it's like for you guys who are adults, like who are in our age kind of bracket. For you guys, it's like, yeah, you're gonna get banter, maybe go to work and stuff, and it's whatever the weather. But bro, you see when you're going to school, what? And them man saying you can't play because you support Liverpool. Yeah, it's long.
Brother, these men don't know about living through Warrior kits, blood. They don't know about that sponsor right there, blood. They don't know about Warrior, blood. They don't know about people snaring at you. You don't know about walking into Sports Direct and they don't have a Liverpool top in there. They don't know about that, blood.
Savage.
We don't do Warrior. They don't know about that JJB Sports and that, blood. They don't know.
Sports. Don't do them kits there, blood.
They don't do them kits there, blood. Can I get this kit? Yeah, but we don't do your numbers. What do you mean?
Fuck.
Dark, man.
So we ain't got the letters for the names you're trying to get.
Bad times, brother.
I'm just no. Savage is actually telling. In fact, like I remember there was a period of time you went to Sports that there wasn't actually Liverpool. They only had Arsenal, United, Chelsea, and then all like the foreign Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Yeah, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Man said to us dark days, Ludogorets.
Ludogorets.
Nah, the Channel 5, Joe Cole, AK Grasshoppers. You don't know,
Joe Cole's first game as well, Sav. Man died.
Kyriakos diving in that.
Red card, first game,
Red card, bro. Kyriakos, Channel 5, blood, straight after Dragon Ball Z. You don't know, blood. Tracy Beako's still on while the game was on, blood.
Dark times, bro.
I'm
just thinking now.
Gerard allowed us to have somewhat of a conversation.
That was Gerard injection days. That was, blood. That was Gerard. We know you can't walk in it, but injection, blood. We need you to play.
Yeah, we need you.
I'm just thinking. Like nowadays, obviously, where everybody thinks they're the scouts outside of football, right? We're talking about the days of we thought Jordan Rossiter was going to be the guy.
Nathan Eccleston.
Nathan freaking Eccleston.
Ben Woodburn. Dark blood.
Hey, Sav, I was on that train. I was like, yo, give the kid a chance.
Me too, because his first game, he rasped one in the top bins, but
yeah.
Give Ben Woodburn an opportunity to play.
Oh my God, blood.
When we sold Suso and them, man, they was the only little vibey little Spanish shoot we had. I thought, okay. Man said, nah, listen, we ain't here for all of that. Sell him.
And the thing is, Suso was I thought he was all right. Like, I can't lie.
Yeah, man. But we had Bogdan, blood, so just know, innit?
Bogdan. All right, let's
Can I ask, who was the ponytail centre back we bought? Kyriakos.
Kyriakos. Cortez was always injured, although he scored probably one of the best goals I've ever seen from a centre back in my life.
The bicycle kick.
The bicycle, bro. I've never seen a centre back do that. Well,
apart from what history don't tell you about that game. We lost 3-2 to QPR, blood.
Okay, look. All right, so let's move on to the next part.
Was good though.
Let's move on to the next part. So we got question time, Pete. We got question time. I said, you know what? Let's see if the man them can remember. So 5 questions. Guys in the chat, if you do know the answer, please do not say until we have obviously answered the question, please, because I know you guys and your Googles and all of this kind of stuff. All right, let's start off. It's supposed to go easy and then hard. This might be all easy to you guys, but let's go. First question. Who was the youngest player to reach 100 Premier League goals?
Youngest player? I got Rooney, bro, probably.
You have to come with a joint answer, by the way. So you have to both agree on an answer.
Okay.
What you think, Rooney?
Yeah, that's because when he first started, obviously at Everton, he cooked, and then I was thinking as he was going, he went to United, and he felt like he just bagged. I feel like Harry Kane started. He didn't start from like young Harry Kane, but he started like 24, 25. That's when he started like cooking. Michael Owen, I don't even know if he got to 100 Premier League goals. No,
he did get to 100, but 100 though. Now you know what? What year did Harry Kane leave Leicester?
Oh, let me check.
Because Harry Kane looks older than he is, isn't it?
Yeah, because he had that. It was a decent loan spell, But when he went to Leicester on loan, were they in the Championship or were they in the Prem?
They were in
Oh,
the
you know
Championship.
what?
They were in the Championship.
I
Who you
think
thinking, Sav?
Rooney or Haaland. Haaland's at 100 already, isn't it?
Oh, blood, yeah. Okay, no.
He's like 24 when he got to 100.
Yeah. I forgot Haaland was on these gunman thing, bro, for the couple of seasons he's been.
Don't worry, man. Man, them in the chat doing the jack what G told you not to do. So, yeah, I'm Michael Owen.
It's Michael Owen.
Mm.
Music. Guys in the chat.
He told you that.
Let the guys answer the question and then see if we got it
Right.
right.
Throwing some names in there. Rooney, Owen, these man, Haaland. And man say, nah, let's just give you guys.
Gonna have me closing the chat of messages for like 5 minutes. No, I should actually really just.
Haaland was a good shout though, wasn't it? Because he's not that. If he's
Haaland
only
was
23, it's not that far off.
like 50 goals in the first season. When did he get like 30 odd Premier League goals?
Yeah. Oh, he did say 100 Premier League goals, but yeah, I think he done it 2 seasons.
Yeah. But yes, it was Michael Owen.
Big up to Owen, man.
Next question. Which manager has been in charge at 7 different Premier League clubs?
7 different Premier League clubs.
Yeah, when I saw the answer, I was actually kind of shocked. Like,
it's going to be a rubbish. It's going to be not a rubbish manager, but it's
not
going to
like
be
David Moyes. It'll probably be like what's my man?
Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, keeps resurrecting clubs, bro.
He's had
a young little 6 months to a year.
Everton, Bolton, West Ham, Sunderland. Bolton.
I'm thinking Big Sam, bro. He's been around, bro. Big Sam with the vibes, blood.
I'm trying to think, man. It's definitely one of them. Pulis has had a couple. Kirbishley, Pardew's had a few. The thing is, they've all managed the same ones, like West Ham and Newcastle and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go Sam still. That's the one I'm thinking. But
Big Sam.
You are correct. The answer is Sam.
Oh, it's come on,
because he's always on the relegation battle.
When you said 7, I don't know about 7, but when I think of, I know at least 5 is managed, and I can't think of any other manager doing that. So yeah,
and he's always out here saving teams, bro.
Always,
bro. Always.
No man just gets sacked and they go, we're about to get relegated. Yep, bring him in.
Yeah, it used to make me laugh because every time the team struggle for relegation, the pundits will be like, "Would they need a manager like of kind of like Sam Allardyce?" And it's just Sam Allardyce, but there's no manager like Sam Allardyce. Yeah, thanks, Scraps. Thanks, mate. You're a beautiful guy, man. Thanks for saying. God. Man, I'm trying to answer a quiz and that man's throwing questions. Can you
just throw? You know what I'm saying, guys? Let them answer, and then you guys can chime in at the end. If anything, answer in silence, guys, and then see if you guys got it right, and then we'll see come the end. All right, next question, John. Which player has scored and missed the most Premier League penalties?
Scored and missed?
He's at the top of both. This one was tricky still. Because now you got to think, right, who scored bare penalties first of all? Then you got to think, okay, but who's then missed bare penalties?
Wait. Can I just ask a question? I'm not trying to do the caveat thing. Like, the missed ones, it doesn't mean they've missed the most in the Prem. It just means combined have missed the most, scored the most, and missed the most. Does that make sense? So they've not missed the most Premier League penalties ever. They've just missed
loads of penalties they've taken.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
No. They've missed like the most Premier League penalties.
Penalties ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that I'm good. And they've scored the most. Alan Shearer.
Yeah, run it.
Alan Shearer.
Is it?
He's actually joint, to be fair. With like in terms of he's joint in terms of the missed part.
Because it's how many penalties he missed? It's not that much, isn't it?
11.
Yeah, that's not for over like 20 odd years.
Not even a lot, bro. Like that's
not. But remember, like you got to think how many he takes.
That's why when you
said scored, the other guys.
If you didn't say scored and said who's missed the most, I wouldn't be able to get it. But as soon as you said scored, I'm like, yeah, Shearer.
Yeah, as soon as you said scored, the first name came to head was Shearer, bro. Because
facts.
All
right, the last two are going to be who am I? Who am I? I played for Chelsea from 2000 to 2006, Spurs in 2010, Stoke City in 2010, and Fulham in 2011.
Gallas comes to mind, but I don't know. Gallas was the first, as you were reading, I'm like, Played for Spurs and Chelsea.
He ain't played for Stoke.
I remember him played for Stoke.
Wait there, Fulham in 2000. Did Glenn Johnson play for Fulham?
I can't remember. Glenn Johnson did play. Did he have a little stint at Stoke? Didn't he?
No, he did not play for Fulham. From what I can remember.
Chelsea. Yeah, to be fair, wouldn't be guy because there's no Arsenal in there. He did have a little.
Thinking you got McAlford. No, McAlford's hard play for Blues.
Oh man, the little.
Not Hangeland. He played for Thingy. Who played for Leicester?
What really threw me was the fact that this person played for this 2 teams in one season.
Man said vibe out. You gotta keep the names out of the chat, big man, bro. Because if it is him, then he just ruined it.
I had to turn the chat off.
Sav is working, bro. Sav is out here.
I had to turn the chat off, bro, because it was winding me up, bro.
All right.
The Stoke one's killing me. Stoke's 2010.
2010.
Yeah, boss. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he played for Spurs and Stoke. So Manson spent 6 months with, and then went, "Yep, time to go."
Literally, like exactly what he said. When you hear the name, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god."
Oh, you think it's somebody that would know?
100%. That's the only hint I'll give you. You'll definitely know who it is. I just don't think you're thinking.
What are you thinking about the Chelsea players?
Bro, my mind's gone blank, bro. Because the players I'm thinking of only played for like 2 of them teams. Then I'm like, who played? He didn't play for Stoke.
Let me know if you give up.
Can you give us a little clue? Maybe what? Defender, striker, midfielder?
No, I'm not going to give you the position. That's too easy.
Waste man, bro.
That doesn't. If I give you position, then it narrows it down way too much. Like way too much. They didn't spend all their time in the Premier League, by the way, throughout their career. This isn't their whole career. This is just some of the teams that they played for. Scratch the joke.
I told you I already gave my answer, bro, and it was wrong.
Can you hear me still? I'm not wired.
Now you can. Yeah, now you can. Matthew Etherington.
I got 2, I think, that I'm thinking of.
Only give me one, please.
Oh, shit. Well, I got a goalkeeper and a striker. Endz.
What,
Pick a position, then.
No, blood. You're
thinking of a goalkeeper and...
I'm going to go with Thingy, bro. No, Good Johnson didn't play for Spurs.
He did play for Spurs. I had a Good
Johnson. Did he? If Good Johnson played for Spurs, then I think it's Good Johnson. But if not, then I was thinking...
Good Johnson played up... Remember, was it a Champions League game? He played against us. He missed at the back post.
Right, the Champions League game. I definitely don't remember that.
Yeah, we haven't played Spurs in Champions League.
Okay, not that. No.
Not remember. Listen, if you're talking... Like that would have been I can't remember, but if he did, then he did. I'm not gonna say he did.
You're talking about the striker, right?
Yeah, he's talking about that straight. Yeah, I know he's talking.
Yeah.
But I'm sure was it a cup game then? Because it was like the ball got flashed across the box and he missed it. It might have been a champion or one like a cup game.
Oh, okay.
Bruv, because I'm thinking about people who play for loads of teams in it, like Victor Moses and them, man, bruv. But
Victor Moses, that would be one as well.
It's the thingy one that threw me off with Spurs, bruv. Spurs and Chelsea at the same time. They hate each other. And now I don't want to end this now. So just don't even bother.
Crouch
and play for Chelsea.
Yeah, Crouch definitely play for Chelsea.
Spurs and Stoke. Did he even go to Fulham?
He played for Stoke.
I don't know, G, bro.
Savage?
Oh, you know what? I think it's the one you started off with. Endz. Because he said it's not his whole career, so it might be Gallas still.
What are you saying?
He definitely played for both of them.
I just can't remember if he played for like Stoke. That's the only thing I can't.
Better just pick one and it. I'm not.
Go on then. If you're saying Gallas, I'll go.
No, you just pick one. Just pick one, bro. Yeah.
No, don't do that to me.
If he gets it wrong, though, it's like, yeah, well, Endz got it wrong.
That sounded true about Gallas, so we'll go Gallas, G.
I'm not sure about Gallas, but geez, the way.
Okay,
you're making me second.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because the Chelsea, Stoke, and Spurs one. Well, that's all. Begovic definitely played for them, bro. And Good Johnson. I don't know. Good Johnson or Gallas.
Go on.
I'll tell you this much.
Is it one of those?
It's one of those two names.
Good Johnson, isn't it?
Good Johnson.
Come on, blood. I just should believe in myself, bro.
You gotta believe in yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ida Good Johnson. So this was that like that whole 2010 or whatever period. This is exactly what he did.
He made some mad moves.
Because then he went to that weird, like not weird, but he went to like the third division of football in it for a bit at the end.
Yeah, to be fair though, this brother's played for. I mean, he played for Barcelona, Bolton, obviously. So this is what he did: 2009-10, Monaco, and then in the same season, he then moved to Spurs for that 9-10 at their second half of the season. Then 10-11 went to Stoke. Halfway through that season, he then went to Fulham. Then the next season, he went to AEK Athens.
Athens.
Yeah, and then he came back to Bolton for one season in Championship, to be fair. Came back to Bolton. But yes, Ida Good Johnson. Endz was right. He missed that chance. Okay, so okay, fair.
Because I remember, if like Drogba, someone flashed it and he missed, bro. And that would have.
No, when I said no to use, because at the time you said Spurs. You probably meant Chelsea. When I was speaking about Good Johnson at Spurs, and then you said, "Yeah, I remember."
Oh, okay. Now I was talking about Chelsea.
We've only played Spurs.
Oh my God, Michael talks. You are right. Sorry, I do remember that chance. Okay, yes, it was Chelsea.
Yeah, but that's why I said no, because I'm like, NDA played for didn't score it, but now you're talking about Chelsea.
Yeah, it was Chelsea because I remember the ball come across. I'm like, bro, this brother missed a sitter.
All right, last one. This one definitely gonna test your memory.
Yeah, you said this one should be. Yeah, chat, please just allow it, man.
Yeah, chat. To be fair, you guys are some of you might be a bit too young for this one anyway, but I have a feeling I know who's going to get the answer right in this one. I've got my thoughts on this.
Right. Endz is also.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I played only for Leeds United, then moved to Blackburn, then moved to Newcastle, then moved back to Leeds United, played as a DM/central midfielder, and was capped 42 times by England. Who am I?
Endz is so funny, man. Didn't even let me finish.
Bro, you didn't even let me finish. The question's even up here.
I thought Leeds in that, bro. You know, Leeds is a bad boy, bro. There's only bad boys back in the day. Okay, play for Leeds.
I ain't gonna lie, I think
this is the only teams that he's played for, but so there's no extra teams or nothing. And in this exact order.
Well, wait. How many caps for England did you say?
42.
42.
You got it.
1996, fresh out the Kellogg's box. I got a coin, blood, and that coin had.
Go on.
Is his name? Wait, G. Is his name a Y?
Just answer the question.
It's David Batty, blood. Is it him?
It's David Batty.
Come on, man.
Wait. David Batty made 42 appearances for England.
Bro,
David Batty, remember, he missed a penalty, didn't he, for England?
Yes.
I hated him as a youth, blood. It was, if I'm correct, he might have been the first footballer that made me cry, blood.
Right.
Euro 96, Germany. Yeah, blood. Yeah, he missed that penalty.
Is that when you cried? Oh, fair enough.
Actually, Southgate missed in 96. One of them, and it was the 98 World Cup.
Southgate definitely missed in the 96.
Southgate missed in 96 and then took the piss on it because I think Paul Ince missed as well.
Okay, so these were the days when England were just handing out caps.
Then then they made the thingy on it because Southgate appeared on the that food brand Chicken Tonight, blood, and they were trolling. They were trolling on the advert about missing for England. I was like, you think this is funny, blood? Like trolling, it's not a joke. But and then obviously 98 Beckham got sent off. Batty was playing in that game, so I think it was that one. I remember, bro. I got when you wait. I was waiting for the coin, innit? Wanted Michael Owen and that man got David Batty. Blood said, "Right, this is."
You know, in his peak as well, and you know, back in them days, like where you're waiting, you're like, bro, I pray I get like Michael Owen, like because that would have been a proper gem, you know, to kind of get. But
you like remember things, bro? Remember them ball boy shoes? Just popped into my head, bro. Used to go up and play for Ball Boy shoes is what you need. Get the power on your feet. I don't know why that just popped into my head.
Oh fuck!
Say no, bro.
My mum was not buying none of that foolishness, blood. So that's why I still remember it. Cause I remember just looking into the catalogue every day, folding up the catalogue page, hoping that my mum.
Nah, big up Sal for that one. That was mad. I would never have thought, man. He were never that good, bro. 42 caps.
You know what? In today's day, he would have been like a calm. He would have been a calm.
David Batty, he was a birth. He put it this way, man. The way, okay, I get what you're saying.
No first touch, no passing.
No, because if you take today's football and David Batty and he merge in today's football, he's a baller, bro.
That's what I think. I think he'd be all right, like.
You know what I mean?
Endz, let's put it this way, Endz, yeah. Remember we big up like in football. Who the kind of players that man will be? Bro, we're bigging up Declan Rice for scoring free kicks and that. Like,
come on, G. Don't say we, because you know my feelings on Declan Rice, man.
Fairs. But you know what I mean? Like,
it would have been like with these lot if they benefited from sports science back then, because
I think they would have been ridiculous play. Like,
because they weren't like stupid out of shape. They were still in shape for men, but they weren't like tip-top condition. Like, remember, once sports science come in, somebody like Adriano was too big at that point because he's too much muscle blood, and Ronaldo was too big. But it's like, remember when Neymar, when you only got a crack in his spine in the World Cup and that.
Yeah.
So they said he was like
when he got it, or when man did it to himself.
But these man said he was 8 stone something or 9 stone. I said, blood. I couldn't believe it at the time. I was like, there's no way that man weighs that much, but they're meant to weigh lighter. And I was like, people like Dennis Irwin and that I used to watch for Man U, because he, as a kid, he was an anomaly to me. He made no sense. Nothing about this man looked like a footballer to me, bro. But he had the whippers, bro, and all the free kicks. Yeah,
he was a baller. He was such
a
baller, really player, man. Play left back, right back, like those are really good players.
Really good.
Big up to the guys, man. Big up, and again, guys. Look, every time I do a live, that's what I'm gonna do. Is just question time with the G's and that.
Yeah, big up the man. Big up the chat snitchers and that blood.
Yeah, big snitchers.
Big up the chat snitchers.
Right. Let's move on to why we actually, came here in the first place. So, oh God,
sorry, G, man. Told you.
So yeah. The reason why we're even here in the first place, obviously, we're here to talk about tactics and stuff like that. But before we get into that, I want to take a look at a few little bits of news, players that we've been linked to, players who are going to be leaving, obviously, like Trent Alexander-Arnold. So obviously, I don't know if you guys listened to Arsene Wenger on beIN Sport.
Yeah, I liked him, man. He was good, man.
Honest.
Yeah,
really honest. And obviously, this is just a little bit, obviously what he said. Real Madrid approached, obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold a long time ago. So the reason why, just context, guys, he was speaking about this is because he was talking about, more so about like what Real Madrid, or not even Real Madrid, but what clubs,
the new wave.
The new kind of wave. And that's what I kind of wanted to chop up with you guys, to be honest with you, in terms of how are you guys kind of seeing it with football these days? Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of, remember, we're seeing quite a lot now. A lot of players are thinking, not just Real Madrid, it's actually a lot when I've looked at it. Look at all the players who are actually available on a free transfer. Like, do you think that's because of clubs are holding them to ransom? We've seen... Let me know.
It's more, I think it's more the financial package you get at the end of it. I think that's what it is. Because if a club spends a lot of money on you, then there's no real wiggle room in terms of a contract negotiations, unless you're like the elite. Where if you run it down, because they don't have to spend a heavy transfer. Imagine if even we take it the light version, light ended 20 mil, right? That's saving the club 20 mil. You can give me a nicer like signing on fee, maybe a young little 10 mil sign on, you're still saving 10. And even if you paid my contract across it, it's still not going to cost you as much as it would do if you would have bought me, then give me a sign on, then give me a lengthy contract, and then I'm negotiating the highest where I can possibly get. So I think it's smart from the players. And I don't think, because the clubs have kept it the same, really. It's always been around 5 years, normally the max we normally go with, right? It's only in recent years where we're seeing these 8 years and these 9 years now, what we've seen at City with like Haaland and stuff like that, and Chelsea. But normally it's a 5-year contract. So normally at the end of that, players leave, or halfway through they leave if the club ain't winning, and then you don't have to spend like crazy money to buy them. But I think it's smart from the players' point of view. So I don't think it's really the club's fault. I think the club now they probably have to extend those ones. So instead of going with a 5, they probably have to go like maybe 8 years. Maybe that's where they're gonna have to start off now. Maybe that's the starting point, instead of just going, oh, we will just give you a 5-year deal.
And they call it off or something like that because of Chelsea's loophole.
They did.
In the Prem anyway, because of FFP, they've shut it down because Chelsea was exploiting the loophole.
Literally.
Could they do like a 4 and then say and then when it comes close to it, we can then activate another 4? Maybe there's a little legal loophole that they can find to still give you 8, but it's not 8 when it looks at it's not 8 straight away. So young 4, and then we can extend it, and then we'll go right. If we extend it, you do well, then we'll bump you up to this.
Yeah. I don't mind it, to be honest. I think for a long time clubs were exploiting the players. And hanging them out to dry, really, because the general public doesn't know about the business of the football. It's very easy to just look like. Remember, these people already call footballers overpaid, so it's very easy to make a footballer look bad when he asks for more money, because you're already a millionaire, not realizing that if the player's already a millionaire and he's asking for more money, the club's probably making 5 times, 10 times more off that player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Salah asking for more money, but considering how much money he makes Liverpool, it's not a lot, really. You know what I mean? Everyone gets touchy about it because the sums keep sounding high, but that's inflation, and every time a year goes by, the money's going to go up. Once Grealish and that broke the market, it's been over, bruv. So now it's like, for clubs who want to buy a player, now that these men have broke the market, bruv, look where it's going to go. If Declan Rice costs, I'm not even trolling with Rice on it, but
no, it's
true.
true.
Rice costs this much, and you're in Spain, and the Spanish people are like, bruv, we rate all of our midfielders better than you lot. So I don't know what you're talking about. So how can we get one of these players in? So okay, then you want our players, and we're going to put our price up as well, and then it's going to go like that, and it's not going to stop, bro. And then clubs won't be able to afford players at all anymore. So it's like, okay, we have to find some way. And why would we waste our time? Remember, if you try and approach a player and you don't let the player know early, say the player says no, all of a sudden it's out in the open that you're after that player, bro. Now people know how much money you've got. Now it affects other deals that you go for. So they have to be smart in some sort of way. And I think it's smart. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You get me? Like, everyone would be cool approaching a girl, innit? But it'd be much easier approaching a girl if you already knew that she was interested, bro. So
very true.
I don't really see the problem with it, man. The sign-off fee ends right. It's a bonus as well. It does depend on what player you are, though. If you're already a player who's getting big money and whatever, it's still money, but that might not be your sole focus, innit? Some people get it confused where it's like, if I've got ambitions of doing something in football, that doesn't mean I'm gonna like lessen the money I want. It just means that that's the main ambition. I hate when people do that. Oh, if you just wanted this, then it would keep the same money. And bruv, it's still life. It's still business, isn't it? You get me? Like, it doesn't work like that. If I can get more money, I'm gonna do that. So yeah,
when you get
transactional.
Yeah, you get the bigger signing on fee like bonus as well. It helps because at least that's money in the bank straight away. I don't have to wait across the contract to kind of get that each month or each week, wherever it is. They will give me 20 mil. Cool. Put that aside now, rainy day. I've got that now. I know 20 million is there making money in the background. I can invest it, do whatever, instead of you have to wait maybe depending on the average player.
You know that running your contract down thing is a bit simplified as well, isn't it? The way people talk about it now. Because when we used to hear about running your contract down, it was the player refusing to play and not turning up to training, and that's if man's still putting his all in for the team what he's playing for, and there's no drop off in terms of it looks like he's not trying to do this he's not running his contract down. He's actually abiding by his contract. Like what's the point of a contract being in place for everyone to just moan about somebody actually sticking to? Forget Trent for a sec, because I know everyone's emotionally attached to him. But like if I sign a 5-year contract, bro, at that point, we don't need to be talking about at the end of the 5 years, you owe me this, or you've signed a 5-year, but when it gets to 4 years, if you don't sign a new one, we're selling you. Then why am I signing a 5-year contract then? Like what are you talking about? It's my right to do. I'm abiding by the contract. You want me to do this, this, and this. Don't bring the club into disrepute. Don't do any madness on the outside. I've done all of that. I turned up to training. I've done all of that. I helped to win trophies and played. And now you're telling me like I'm the Judas because I want to just run I'm not running my contract down. I'm abiding by it, bro.
It's the other side though, Sav, because the clubs have to actually gain something back as well.
They don't
from
have
a fair point of view, I agree.
They don't have to.
No, but they have the whole point of it. You have to because they've invested their time into you as well, and that's why, like, you look at. Let's just take it for a second. The academy set up. A lot of like players. Some players are they get into the academy because they've scouted. Some players are bought. They bought to go somewhere else, right? So when the club is spent, they look at we're investing our time in terms of our coaching, developing you as a player. So even though at the end of it, and even though you've done your part, which is abide by the contract, which is fair and it's right, they at the end of it, they're like, well, did you win us this? Did you do this? And then can we make some money back from you because of all the money we've invested in you?
Yeah, no, I understand that business.
They brought back loads of money into the club and stuff. You're right. But at the same time, there's always going to be that at the end of the business. We've spent this in terms of to you. So now can we recruit something back? And sometimes it's never going to be the exact amount they give you. Sometimes they're lucky enough, like a McAllister, Caicedo, where they've invested little in you but gained massive. Sometimes at the end of the contract, they go, all right, cool. We're not going to get the massive amount. Like, let's use Nunes. We spent a lot of money on him. The club will want something back for him, even though we want something back. He's done everything right, abide by the rules, tried his best, did what he could for the club, helped us win a Premier League. But at the end of the day, they're still going to want something back. So the player's going to be like, I've done my part. The club is going to be like, yeah, but we want something back for you in it. So
no, that's what I was more speaking about, like full logic, not that we know the shades of the business. Of course, that's what anyone would want to do. If I've got something and I want to get rid of it, I want to make some money off it. So yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Also, that's why they have little clauses in your contract and stuff, because you could be an attacker and it's like, we need you to do this and this by your contract, and that you might fail, and then it does this and it, because the way the people's value works, obviously you have like transfer supermarket where everyone looks at them up, but if you've cost 100 mil and I've got you for 5 years and that, well, in year 4 you're worth like 20 mil now. That's literally how it works, isn't it? And I might not even have paid off the whole thing yet. So at that point, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that, like, if someone abides by their contract, we're talking with Liverpool, we're winning stuff, and some teams are not winning things, and then it's kind of like a transaction between the two, and that's why your agent is there to do the sales and stuff like that. So that makes complete sense. That's why I don't do the thing where it's like I'm pissed off at the club or pissed off at the player, because it's business, bro.
Yeah.
But everyone gets all this one-sided, and I'm like, well, I don't understand why everyone's getting one. The whole thing's transactional. That's how it works, bro. You give me something, I'll give you something. And the club can make money either by selling you, or the reason why we're holding on to you for another year or another two, because we believe that we're close to getting this. Now, if we win the prize money because you've been invested in the squad, the prize money might be more than what you're worth, bro. Like, for example, before we lost Mane, where did he go for, like 40 million in the end? Like right at the end or something. Yeah. But the season that was going into the season where we got to the final game and we could have won the Prem and the Champions League in it, so it would have been 4 trophies. At that point, if you just went down the rest of his contract, yes, it'd be cool to get more money out of him. But I just got all this prize money because he was invested in this, so it's going to come.
Like Mane, for an example, you're right using him, because we only spent like 36, 37 for Mane. Yeah. Not only did he help us coop loads of money, but then we sold him and earned back the money we bought him for anyway. So that's a Liverpool, and for Mane, I think both parties win, because Mane get his package, he got to win, got to move to the club he wants, and the club recouped the money they spent on him in his early years, which is difficult because most of the time you'll never get that. Anomalies like Caicedo and stuff like that.
That's why Liverpool probably the best run club, because all of our players from that era of just winning the Prem for the first time, pretty much, I know that like everyone's moaning that some people going for free and that, bro, but if you look at the prize money stuff we've won within that time, they've all made the money back, bro. Like Virgil and Salah's made the money back time ago, bro. Like Virgil was supposed to be an expensive centre back at the time. Now everyone costs that much. Salah didn't cost that much for Liverpool. He made that money back in the first season. Like easy. You get me? So, and then you got players that get more money. Like Trent's gonna go on a free, but he didn't cost anything, can it? Like I know people invest into players in the club, but people do your maths and that. Like I don't know why people keep acting like when someone invests something into a player in an academy, it's like 20 million. It's not. It's not individually. They make it seem like that because they bulk it together. But man, they put 20 million into the Trent science and that, and that's why he got like Terminator across the ball in. Bro, man, relax. Man.
Big up, Scraps. Yeah, no, it's true. No one, when the player, fulfills that, and we as fans, we come to a general consensus of that, then no one cares about the price. Like, Virgil costing that much, as Savage said, bro, that's like the price. How much did Lenny Euro cost?
50.
That's Lenny Euro.
Maguire costs more than Virgil.
And you know what? I'm not even going to diss that.
Kepa costs a lot more than Virgil too.
This is what I'm saying. Like that price, Savage is right. It goes up, but no, what you guys are saying is facts, man. It's an interesting one, man. And I think, listen, as fans, I guess the argument that fans will always come with, especially the Trent situation, is they're going to come at it. Well, we are fans, so we don't care about the business side. That's fine. But then you can't keep that same energy when we are talking about signing players and we don't go out and sign the players that you guys want to see, i.e. the big money signings, because remember, we're talking about this from a business, kind of aspect. You don't care about the business, remember, because you're just a fan. Okay, well, they care about the business. They've got
Maybe
to
they
think.
should add a thing, yeah. Maybe they should start adding like a all-round clause for everyone's contract, where depending on how long the contract is, when you go into the final year, you have a deadline, not to leave the club, but to let them know what you're doing. And if you don't abide by the contract by that time, and let us know if you're leaving. So Trent, for example, if we get to a year left and you don't let us know by the deadline date, then we've got every right to sell you at this point, and we don't have to play you for the rest of the season. You have to take a wage cut. Simple.
With some of the stuff coming out about Trent as well, obviously where they said they started negotiation just over a year ago with him, and basically the way it's sounding is if he gave Liverpool an idea, and obviously listened to his interview, he said it was a late decision. So for them, they probably like, okay, maybe that's why they didn't accept anything, because they thought there was a possibility of signing him, because he kind of gave them that kind of indication, like, no, I'm not 100% gone, but
very
let me hear what you want to say. So
that's like with Harry Kane, same stupid move, bro.
Yeah, so because of that, and I think that's where the other side of the conversation is where some people have an issue with it, because if you would have just went, look, January, I'm not staying, I reckon they would have sold him. I couldn't have seen why they would have just kept him here if he would have just been clear and honest. So that's the other side of it. And then because they left it so late, and I think that's why people are like, you could have told us that we could have sold you, then we could have got some money, and then maybe everyone else that had the issue of the free part would have kind of just let that lie, because it's like, no, he said he's leaving. We said, look, might as well get it now. But
the only other context of that is when they said this negotiation supposedly has started, which we don't know. Klopp was still here. It's completely different. He gave him captaincy at the beginning of that season, and Klopp was still here when that happened. So it's like that changes a lot of things, and forget all the emotional attachment to it. It's just I don't know what's going on now. Things are going to be different. New manager. Don't even know if he's got me in the picture. I don't know where he wants me to play and all that. And then obviously that's what I'm saying about letting people know with a year, because it's like, well, no, I've got time to figure it out, and I've got time to play football on the slot and see if I want to do this. I've got time to see where we're going. Oh, we're in a title race. Oh, let's, you know what I mean? And then you go from there, man. It's kind of crazy how it works still, bro. But yeah, that's football, man, and business.
I don't. People
can't pick and choose. Yeah, people can't pick and choose whether to. Because that thing from Liverpool's standpoint, if that's what they did, what Endz said, it's actually naive, bro. It's what every fan was. It was the opposite way around, but that's what everyone joked about Harry Kane with. Harry Kane's brother his agent too, and everyone said, "Oh, Harry Kane's naive because he done a handshake deal with Levy, and then Levy didn't let him go to Man City." It's just the opposite way around. It's exactly the same thing. He was naive enough to go, Trent's not said anything yet, so I think he's going to be fine, knowing that the kid, if you sell him now, is going to be 80 mil plus, and you just didn't.
Yeah, but he gave them the indication that he was potentially going to stay, though.
That's my point, though. That's my point. That's what Levy did with Harry Kane.
But he's the player, though. You can't just think, it's
no. But like he's what Savage is saying is it's exactly the same. Harry Kane also thought, why can't I trust Daniel Levy if he's told me a handshake deal, which probably Trent and them probably did as well. Which is like, listen, I'm leaning more towards.
I hear that, but then I get that, and I do understand. But I'm just thinking from a Levy standpoint, he's always been weird with what he does there. But I've not seen us be weird like that with our players, if that makes sense.
But the problem is like Trent is our quote unquote.
And he's our player. I'm like,
but Trent's our quote unquote
this
golden boy.
Like, would we?
Harry Kane or Spurs is quote unquote golden boy. Like what Spurs is to what Harry Kane is to Spurs and what Trent is to Liverpool is almost the same. It was massive for both of them. So it's like, I get it, but that's why people fuck up in business, because they do the trusting thing too much. Like he's not doing the negotiate. Whoever I know what you just said, but of those people, who's the people who are supposed to trust Trent? Because they're not friends with him.
The club, innit? Because you're like,
no, Ed, I'm not even. It sounds like I'm questioning what you're saying. I'm saying like the club, but who in the club? Not because if you just say the club, then they're all business people.
Oh, the guy that handles Richard Hughes, Arne Slot, conversation with them, Michael Edwards.
Yeah, all people that don't
that pyramid.
That's what I'm gonna say. So Slot don't know Trent, so that's one thing. That's down in the pan already. And Edwards just came back, and Trent don't know Hughes, bro. So for them to trust what Trent's saying, and when Edwards left before, he was comfy because Trent came from the academy, so Edwards didn't even get Trent. It's not like Edwards was he helped to negotiate to get Trent to Liverpool, and he knows him like that. And you know what I mean? There's never been a reason because Trent's an academy player. He's
Well,
always been
we
there.
saying don't take anyone's by their words then, because that's where
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
kind
that's
of
exactly what I'm saying in business.
Yeah.
Don't take anyone by their word. Yeah. Don't do like it's the thing. Like all of us say we just went and started a YouTube channel together. It's like I'm cool with all the use, like, bro. I think it's gonna be fine and that, innit? But you just still never know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much it costs someone, because we've seen too many. Like, if it was a new practice, fair enough. But for some reason, this happens in business all the time, bro. And a handshake deal and that. Levy probably thinking at the time, yeah, no, actually a minute. I don't know about that, blood. And I've told him, man, no, whatever. You're not going to Man City, blood. How about that? You get me? It's one of them, bro. There's mad still.
It's crazy because then they go and sign Erling Haaland, which is that's why that's what I was saying about the Trent thing is that they could, like, Madrid could easily just go and do that. They'll be like, all right, we won't sign you then. We'll just sign Hakimi. All right.
Now, you know what's funny, G? That's exactly what they do with Alphonso Davies. So
yeah,
he's like, he tried to do the bad man thing, like, if you don't say something soon, then I'm just gonna sign for Bayern. Perez said, okay, sign with you fucking injured up knee blood and you rap video, go on. You'll be injured soon. And guess what? You got injured straight away before you played, bruv. Before you played again. Them man don't care, bruv. Player power.
That's his rap videos. You know, they start getting personal. You're not even a rapper anyway. Like.
So vibes. When I see it drop, bro, I was like, yeah, this is vibes. Still. Once it down on the rest.
Stuff is funny. Yeah, this is just obviously continuation. Obviously, I believe the Trent transfer shows a new trend in the game. Literally everything that these guys are saying. There are no transfers anymore for the big players. They all go at the end of their contract because the wages are so high. You can't pay the transfer anymore. So what do the big clubs do? They say 2 years before the end of the contract, we want to buy you. We give you these wages and we will try to make an offer to your club. If it doesn't work, they come back next year, and if not, they take you for free. Literally what these guys are saying.
It's an incredible thing, man. Like, it's true about the wages, isn't it? Like, naturally, when I was growing up, I'd always think about the transfer fee, innit? Now you realise, no, when you go and do the maths on the transfer fee over a certain amount of years, like, we would buy you, bro, but your wages are too high. But if you let your contract run down, we'll give you a little buyout. You know what I mean? And then
Matt starts making you think. Apparently, Real Madrid want to actually pay Liverpool 850k to get him out of. At this point, I mean, I'd just take anything, like, because it's just added money in it, like, and we're not doing. It's not like, as Savage, you said this the other day on Endz stream, bro. Once the season is done, he's like, that's it now. Like, he's not a Liverpool player in my eyes anymore. Anyway, do you get what I'm trying to say? So why not just, let him go? But looking at these, I'm going to be nice. Looking at the Real Madrid, they are apparently looking at Dean Huijsen. Apparently, he looks like he wouldn't mind going there first, which obviously we know makes sense. Real Madrid do need centre backs. Did
you see the Kanate and the Saliba one as well? But they said the price is too high for them at the moment. So
let them guys, and we'll get to that. They'll let these guys run out their contract. Obviously, Huijsen got this 58 million euro, so 50 million pounds release clause. Apparently, though, Chelsea are leading the way. That one is actually. I saw that the other day, to be fair, and I was like, you know what? Chelsea are one of them kind of clubs. I think for him, he will just need to look at it and think, am I going to be smart, or am I going to rush what I'm trying to do in football? So the rush job is I go to Chelsea, get bare money, sign a 10-year deal, potentially maybe do something in the future, but it's all higgy with them anyway. Or do I do the smart thing and go to, I'll be honest, Real Madrid or Liverpool? Like, to me, that would represent a smarter option. Real Madrid need centre-backs. Liverpool need a centre-back kind of thing, but it will just be the role of those centre-backs at both clubs kind of thing. I don't know what Madrid would do in terms of if he starts straight away, or is it like, do they get someone else in? I guess we'd have to wait and see.
Man, like Jerry and
brother, they're looking. I saw Jerry's got a picture of him as well.
Bro, that picture looks exactly the same. I'd say it to Endz, and Endz was like, I said the same thing to him already, bro. Like, that
I
picture,
sent him a side by side. I sent, because the one day we were sitting there and I saw it and I was like, bro, this brother looks bare like. Yeah, send him a side by side.
You know what's crazy? They're both centre backs. That's the matters. That's the funny.
Yeah, because I just saw Jerry with his camera off, and I was like, "Why you got a picture of Morello, bro? That's weird, bro." And he's like, "It's not Morello, it's me." I was like, "Rotted, bro. That's."
You know what?
Supposed to to Jerry. There's a Don in my gym, blood. I swear, brother. If him and Jerry stood next to each other, it looks like a before and after commercial, blood. He's like no, bro, I swear to God, he's like a small, skinny version of Jerry, but they look exactly the same. It's madness. Hey, man. Yeah, bro. Murillo and that baller.
Apparently, I saw this today. Murillo is one of the centre-backs under consideration by Liverpool ahead of the summer transfer window. Murillo has become the cornerstone of Forest's defence, made 64 appearances and in the club. I didn't know he got Player of the Season award for them last season. He is a player that I see quite a few people have spoken about in the last year kind of thing. I think he's a good defender. I definitely wouldn't be angry if he said, you're not getting Huijsen, but you're going to get Murillo. I'll say, okay, yeah, that's calm. Like, he's, bro, what, them shots from outside the box? Bro, we might need a little piece of that. You know
and an animal as well, but he's on just blocking everything, bro, and just dashing himself in front of everything, bro. Him and, what's the big U player next to him, Milinkovic or something like that.
Milinkovic is good, though.
Yeah. That's a demon right there, blood. Just
facts. Like, if you know what he reminds me of? He's like, he kind of reminds me of like a Skirtle, but better. Like a better
yeah. That's what I think as well. Skirtle.
He's actually really, really good. Big up everybody, by the way, in the chat, guys. Make sure you are smashing the like button, sharing, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, questions. I will have the question time at the end, so just keep putting them in, and I've started all of them so far. So don't think I have aired anybody yet. This I was very, very happy with. I like, even if it's fake news, yeah. And I hate fake news and all. I don't even listen to journals anymore. But I saw this and I said, brother, this is what I want to see. But I want to see Fabrizio or David Ornstein drop this one and tell me, yeah, Liverpool are in for Kevin De Bruyne. I kind of already know, but you guys, De Bruyne, take him.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
Everybody told us the first time me and Endz was talking about it, and everyone's in the chat. Keep him away from a club. Shut up, bro. You anti-football bastards, bro. Listen, I'll take De Bruyne for 6 months, 3 months, all season. I don't care, bro. What are we talking about, man? There was just not one good things to happen to us, bro. The fuck?
One season with a 1 year extension, bro. What's wrong with that? Win-win. Both party wins. He still stays in the Prem, gets the opportunity to play. He performs. Guess what? Another season. Cookie.
Yeah, and what Endz said. And you know what about De Bruyne as well? He seems like just from listening to interviews of De Bruyne over the years, he seems like the most level-headed person you've ever heard, bro. So like, you see, naturally everyone's gonna go, "What about Man City? Like, you can't do that to them." He'd just be like, "Nah, I love Man City, but I want to go play for Liverpool." So, and they said that they didn't want to renew my contract. They didn't want to speak to me, so I'm just gonna go play for another Premier League club and then move on.
He said, my family settled in England.
Yep.
I'm happy here. Then the man said, yeah, my family support Liverpool from blah, blah, blah. And I am a Liverpool fan as well.
Yeah. And him and Virgil can do the school run and then make it to training by 9 together, blood. You know what I mean? They can share cars, blood.
It's easier now, Sav. They can get a bigger van, whatever it is, school run, fly to training. Done, dusted, easy.
I think this just makes the most sense, but I'm being biased. I just want to see him here. Yeah, Scraps, you're right. Our fans, you know what they'll do? And I don't even like crashing on the other players, yeah. But you know, they'll like, I'm not even gonna say his name, but there's certain people that I see on social media, right? And they'll start bringing up these football manager players, like, you know, players that maybe in 5 years on your save, like but only on your save do they turn out. And Endz said this the other day, they turn out to be like sick players. And I'm like, brother, on my save, Donny's playing for Barnsley at the moment. I don't know about you, but like my save, he's not doing well at this moment in time. Some of these players, bro, like
I told you, G, man, out here telling people names that you only get on certain saves, bro.
If you load up certain
load it up at a certain time, you get this wonder kid, 16, 20 finishing, 20 dribbling. You're like, yo, who is this? Can't find him nowhere in the world. You're like, no, it must be real because sometimes you get these gems on FM when you certain loads. This is what I've seen, man, on stream telling, man, yo, we should sign my man he's in the B team in Brazil, but he's in like 3rd division. He needs brother, he doesn't exist.
Yeah, with the way football's going, and the lack of talent out there, and all these systems and that, bro. Someone like De Bruyne, bro, just enjoy it. And like the fact that he's linked to Napoli as well, I wouldn't even put it past him going there, bro. And he'll just dictate playing those teams. And they'll be smart. He's such a superstar and that. They'll just be like, listen, we're gonna, you know what I mean? We won't play you in these certain games, and we'll take care of you here. And all that. Oh my god, bro! Like he's so cold.
So fucking cold. The Konate thing, obviously, you guys were talking about that a minute ago. He's one of the players Real Madrid are interested in. Fucking hell. They really want a centre back. William Saliba and Dean Huijsen. Obviously, Konate and Saliba are obviously valued at 100 M's. Some Real Madrid are unwilling to pay for a central defender. Yeah, I mean, Konate, and from what I'm hearing about Konate in the last couple of days is that apparently the valuation from his side and Liverpool side is massive. Like, they're not even close to renewing that deal kind of thing. And I said, boy, Liverpool, don't his contract end in... When is it?
27 or next season?
Next season and season after. So
him and Alisson together at the same time.
Him and Alisson. So
boy. I don't blame him. Like when they're saying it's far away, like you shouldn't have let us win the league before you try to renew his contract, then, bro. Because now it's harder for you, bro. And he should want what he deserves, bro. Like it is what it is. So, hey man, bear behind PSG. Don't come sniffing around as well, blood.
Boy, that's the team I'm looking at because I'm thinking to myself. He might just do I'll stay local for my contract. Marquinhos, you know what?
I'm with you. I feel like they'd make him captain and everything, bro. Like, I feel like if PSG put a solid deal bidding for him, tell him he's going to get these wages, bring you back home to Paris, he's saying yes straight away, blood.
And think of it like this. All he really needs now, win the Champions League, but I feel like he'll be calm with leaving. Because he won the Premier League now. He's won the FA Cup, League Cup. Like for him, I think people need to also understand here. We need to get this. That's not from England. So you see, when you look at Liverpool, it's not that deep for him like that. Like he obviously Liverpool are a massive club, but Paris, back my hometown, like that's the equivalent of Trent and the Scouser thing and all this kind of stuff. So boy, listen, man, you gotta wait and see. Giovanni De Lorenzo, would you man them? Get him at right back. I think it's
I love Di Lorenzo, man. This mixed race looking Italian dude, blood.
Jeremie Frimpong.
He's good though.
Yeah, he is. Frimpong, we know this already. He's keen on the move. It seems like something that potentially we could be doing. So not really much there. And then Stiller.
Man, like face jacker and that blood.
I saw someone getting one of these Liverpool caps. Was that Samuel, brother? He was talking about it. He's like, people are so. It's so funny how people are so insensitive to his looks or whatever, and blah blah blah. And I was like,
insensitive, bruv.
Real talk. Like, what do you want man to do? Like, it literally is what it is.
I got the cleft lip thing in that blood. Nah,
you think it's bothering him? Like, you got to realize if it was bothering him so much, I promise you, he's got enough money to sort it out. I promise you.
He looks like he's got a mask.
That's the
face jacker and phone jacker and that. He looks like them. Got that Channel 4 face, but that face jacker and that.
Channel face. Would you man be okay signing him?
I
don't watch much of the God.
He's good. He's good. I ain't even gonna troll that. He's really good. I see you man are calling him like Baby Cruz and that. Relax.
Who called him Baby Cruz, bro?
And that's what their people call it. Well, especially people in England. Like that's what they call. Bruv, he's good though. He's good.
Sounds like a Liverpool deal, innit? What the release clause around 60 mil. Frimpong's low. Huijsen's is low. Like it just sounds like it's Liverpool.
To be fair, with what Slot seemed to try and get Zubimendi, that's kind of his thing, bro. He's like when it comes to like forward passing and that and just moving around, that's his thing. But like he's on some direct passing thing, so it would benefit having someone like that in the team. But he doesn't have the other part of his game. If he loses the ball, he's not that like physical and that, bro. He just get mashed up, bro. Play against Newcastle, he's getting murdered, bro. But he's a good player. But then it's like back to if you're gonna get him, then you might as well see if you can get Wharton. It's the same thing. But...
No, I hear you. Before we get to that ends, before you do that, let me put this up instead. How do you remove that? Let's get this out of there. There we go. All right, so I wanted to have a look. Obviously, we'll put this team on paper, and then obviously we're going to talk about, what a 3-4-2-1 system might potentially look like with some of the players that we have, what we could potentially sign in the summer, because I want you guys to see a visual representation of this before everyone starts talking whatever it is that they're going to talk. So let's go through it. Alisson in goal. Good with that for next season? Unless we need a Mamadashvili. So if we are playing a back three, let's just say you can't pick both. So either Huijsen or Murillo. How would you play your back three? Who would go where?
Murillo's left-footed, so he'd have to go on the left-hand side if that's who you go with. And if you're going with Huijsen, I'll still play him left as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say as well. If you're playing the back three, Huijsen's gonna be better than Murillo.
Huijsen. Okay, cool. We'll go Huijsen. You think Huijsen would be a better option?
Yeah, in the back three.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Murillo would just add a bit balance just because he's left-footed there.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, Verge.
Do you not like that? I know we're doing this. Do you not like Virgil in the back three? When I'm watching for Netherlands and that, it looks a bit shaky, bro.
Do you know what it is?
That's what I've said. That's what I said.
No, do you know why it is? It's because there's other guys around him, bro. So he goes into proper lazy mode, like, yo, let me just, you know what I mean? The rest of the man.
Would that be a good thing to then do then for next season?
No, because I think he would. It's Liverpool, innit? Gotta do it.
Yeah, but he cares about Netherlands more than Liverpool.
Nah, I don't know.
Yes, he does.
Nah.
Yes, he does, blood. Come on, man. That's his content.
Nah, bro. I don't know if he can spread.
He cares about Liverpool more than the Netherlands, bro.
It's not like a child in the club, innit? Like, I mean, you care about your child more than you'd care about, I don't know, maybe your niece or nephew. I don't know. The saying, innit? That's a similar.
Telling his nieces and nephews. Okay,
I love my nieces and nephews, bro. Don't do that. Didn't say that. I'm just saying that's kind of.
Yeah, it's an impossible choice.
Liverpool.
Like, you love them. You have different types of love. It's like a different type of love. Like,
I'm not disputing that he loves Liverpool. I'm just disputing that he loves. There's no way he loves Liverpool more than the Netherlands, bro.
Apparently, Virgil hated playing 3-4-3 under Louis van Gaal. Then again, he's a weird manager, anyways. We'll put Konate in here. Konate,
weird manager.
All right, this was the interesting part because this was the part where you're like, who goes in the other 6-7 positions? Right wing back.
Frimpong.
Do you think this will be a better option for him than trying to play as a right back?
100%
yes.
better option. I will say this though, and we've not seen it. I actually think Bradley will probably be pretty good in that right wing back, bro.
Said the same thing to G.
I was just about to say, yeah, Endz said
he would be cold there as well, bro.
So don't you think? You know, in fact, I'll ask this when we get the team. And then I'll ask left wing back. Saying, is there anybody else outside of Kerkez you would prefer we signed?
Everyone.
Fuck it.
Ain't Nori.
That's who I'm picking as well, bro.
Do you think he'd work better in this system than a
Kerkez? Yeah, he spends all his time up there anyway.
He plays anyway, innit? For
man's heat map is in that spot alone, blood. He's always up there, bro.
We'll go. Listen, fuck it, man. We'll go with Nuri. I don't mind it. I like Nuri anyway. So
man, like early Drake and that headlines. Come on, man, like Nuri.
He actually does look like early Drake as well. Like
he really does. Man.
Early Aaron, all right, the midfield positions. Do you just use what we have, or would you prefer us to sign someone else to go into that position?
If we change it to this, I'm cool with using what we have.
Savage. Realistic options, obviously, but
yeah, let's keep the same.
That didn't even sound confident, but okay. So who would the two midfielders be then?
Gravers, Sobo.
Sav.
Yeah, I was about to say McAllister and Gravers, but I just realised, that's probably the right thing. No, because I feel like, even though I got high hopes for Sobo next season for some reason, but yeah, he seems like he can just.
I do as well.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right next season.
We'll go with these two then.
Still be dangerous from that position, innit? He's not going to just sit there and, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, why about, bro?
So where does Mo Salah go?
Right there.
Ideally on the bench, but. No, I'm joking, people. Don't lose your mind.
We'll just act like we didn't hear.
Yeah, blood.
McAllister,
blood. All this man does is score bangers from that position.
Who's the striker?
The realistic one is obviously going to be. He man keep telling me. No, because your man keep telling me I can't get his sack. So let's go Gyokeres.
The thing is, probably will be fucking Delap, like.
Yeah, Gyokeres is a great.
Well, you might just see that, yeah. You got left wing and that. You know what I'm saying? You can play. You can come off the left.
Come on.
You know what I mean? All right. When you look at this, how good do you think this team is? It does look okay, to be fair. But how good?
Yeah. To be fair, it looks pretty dope still.
It does.
The only thing I'll say, the only thing we're being critical.
Go on, bro.
No. I'm looking at that Szoboszlai and Gravenberch spot. I feel like
that's what I would prefer. You sign someone else and just put them in there.
Yeah, I feel like you might have to sign someone else there.
Let's put you this way: none of these two are dictating tempo. So now we're pissed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You don't need in that formation. You don't need dictating tempo. It's about getting it to the forward players.
Endz. This is the same formation that Xabi Alonso plays. You know who dictates there? Xhaka. He would be a better option in there.
Yeah, but he does. But Xhaka, he does make good runs, gets on the ball and stuff that and play. But they're better when they're in the transition and getting it forward earlier.
But they have him in there.
But I feel like you're trying to mug off the other man. Them like man can't get on the ball and pass it.
No. I'm not saying.
Okay, you know what? Let's just
that's rude. Xhaka ain't doing some special.
No. Let's be honest. Them two, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are the worst passers of the ball in our team, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's
especially in this team anyway.
But you're saying worst passer from range. You're talking about simple passes into feet. Breaking lines, because they can do that.
You can, but we don't get to see it.
Maybe we will when they're in this role together, bro. Maybe we will.
Okay.
I'm not trying to sign someone just the sake of just because you want to see this when I don't think that these men can't do it. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to be spending 100 mil. I'm trying to take the piss, but like 50 mil on someone just to play line breaking.
Well, making sense, but ain't that the problem that Liverpool have anyway? That we know that all of our players can do stuff and they don't.
Maybe we shift. That's our whole point. We're shifting it now. Different shape, different structure. We're gonna try something new.
Yeah. Because you put this team up, I've got evidence of what Szoboszlai and Gravenberch can do when they're passing the ball, and it's a bit stinky, bro. So
yeah, but you have evidence in terms of.
If I go to pick another player now, I'm obviously going to pick a player that I've got evidence that he can pass the ball.
Whereas but you're picking someone that from a deep line position playing those passes, not someone in the 10 area.
I haven't even told you which person.
No, but okay, who are you going to pick that?
I don't know yet. What are you picking on me, bro? I'm just saying. I ain't even said anything yet. You're picking on me, bro, telling me who I'm going to pick. I didn't say anything.
Sorry, man.
I just said that, like, both of their passing ain't the best. Like, I seen Gravenberch lose the ball bare when he doesn't lose the ball like people tackle him most of the time. It's his passing. We all know about Mr. 5 yards over there already. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm sorry, bro. I'm just saying, innit? Like, I don't like how.
And you didn't even let me finish. Like, you just.
No, do you know what it is? Because I told you, I love this team so much. This should show you, bro. I get defensive even when we're speaking about the players, and I know you, man, love the players as well. I'm getting defensive. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's mad.
So Moslai's running.
Imagine how I am around other fans, rival fans, bro. You can't disrespect none of my players, bro.
Let's put it this way. I think the team looks good as it is right now. Like you just did it like this. But in my opinion, I think Liverpool should be, with a team like this, be looking at someone, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are great to have as options, right? And one of them are going to play anyway. So whoever you want to pick, Gravenberch, for example, you can pick that guy. You do, in my opinion, just need one of these two to be able to dictate tempo. For me, none of these two can do that to a level where I'm like, yeah, I trust you to do it. I'm not saying they can't do it like in a random, maybe in odd moments, but I'd rather get someone who actually is specialist at doing so. And these two are not specialists at all. Even if you change systems, they're not specialists at that. They're good at other things. So you can play either or, maybe next to a player who can do that. I don't know who, kind of thing. Really, the best players are like Pedri and that. Like, if you imagine if you had a Pedri, but one of these two getting dropped ASAP, like, there's not even a question.
Yeah, even De Jong would be called.
De Jong, brother, you're dropping one of these lot calm. And I'll be honest, it's probably looking at Gravenberch, who would be the one dropped, if I'm being
honest. Or by Cetic, because it's put by Cetic there, that works too.
Yeah, so the whole time I'm thinking by Cetic.
Young Sergio, bloody, he works still.
Anyway, bro, you might just want to ruin the team. Now the team looks good now. You're trying to ruin it.
Now you put Sergio in it.
No, Savage. No, we're not. I'm not doing that.
Sav,
as in, I'm not even typing his name. I'm not doing it.
Sav, you know it's mad, yeah. I see. When man put the same team up, man, they were like, "Yo, dead team and that, dead team dead and that."
No. I didn't say the team's dead. I didn't say the team's dead.
No. My team, bro. When I was doing the Endz lineup, not one man is different in this lineup, bro. Just let me know.
It's the formation. It's the formation, bro. Like,
the perception of the format. I hear it, bro. I hear it.
It's the perception. Sometimes people need to see it in a different kind of light. But to me, this looks okay. Like, you know what I mean? But
also, I know he's going to end up at Man U. I know it, and it's going to wind me up, man.
Who?
Ederson looks kind of cold in this team. I ain't going to lie, blood. Atalanta settings, blood. Kick Szoboszlai out, hold the bench real quick, blood. Let a real man play football right now, blood. Yeah.
But you can then use Sabo in the right wing. I say right wing back, not right. One of the right side, left or right side, 210s, and you can use.
Yeah, to be fair, Sabo can probably play wing back as well, blood. So you don't know, blood. You
It's funny how we keep, you know, this thing about Sabo playing right back, right wing back. It's funny because we keep suggesting this, and I know people in the chat have suggested this. These times, you know, he probably don't even look at it, or even the manager think, well, right, nah, he could never do that. Like, it's funny.
I hear it, but he probably didn't look up. When he was at Leipzig, he probably didn't look at coming to the Prem and running a marathon every game either. But hey,
very
game.
Very, very true. Very, very.
I see a different Sabo, man. Especially,
I think we will.
Because if he played this formation, then he would probably play in front of Salah. For an example, if he would come on for Salah in the right
or
side.
McAllister,
or McAllister, yeah.
I just didn't like that you said Salah first, but it's a fact.
McAllister would definitely thrive in that position in that team, though. Definitely, bro.
You know what's crazy? If he goes into this position, he would have started off as a DM, moved to central midfield, and then gone to attacking midfield all in his 3 seasons at Liverpool. And
fair enough. I get it.
World class after that.
Yeah, because I understand that Gyokeres ain't Messi in it, but when him and Alvarez play, when they do that, when they switch it around and them two play behind Messi and do that, hey, that's a different McAllister still the same.
But this is why we need to. I just think, like you know, with before Endz, I want Endz is gonna obviously like just chop up the tactics and that. But before, like when I'm thinking about it, I'm just like with formations like this. The reason why I put this up here is just because I'm tired of all of this like square pegs round hole stuff. Like I feel like we're always making do, but the players are quality enough to, I guess, do it. But then we start to see like over a period of time, all of a sudden now it starts to look a bit janky now. Remember when Diaz was playing as a false 9 in that game against Leverkusen? Oh my God, he looks amazing there. Now man is saying, bro, fuck Diaz in that position. He got to stay left wing. I'm like, bruv, it's because he doesn't actually play there. We can do the one-off games every now and again.
It's happening with Arsenal, isn't it, bro? All of a sudden, the fed up from Moreno up front. The dom with him already.
These times he's got what 5 and 7 or some shit. It's mad, and I just want to see the team like in this formation. Just forget about whatever. Even if we keep everybody here, bro, I feel everyone's in their natural positions. Like Salah will be in a because remember we're saying attacking midfield. We know he's gonna drift wide anyway. Like at points, he's gonna, and then Frimpong can also then cut inside anyway. There you go. There you've got that McAllister, as Savage said, his natural position. Nori, well, this but ain't no left back. Put him in left wing back, left midfield. Let the man just do what he's doing, and then you got your 3 centre backs. Well, to be fair, all 3 of them, I feel like they'd be calm defending as a 3 all the time. Like if they know, okay, it's just us 3 here, they'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, man, that's the way I want to see it. But Endz, take it.
My man plays for Roma, blood. What's his name? Paredes, blood. The one is Argentine when he's cold still. He dictates play as well, but I think probably on the older side for Liverpool.
So I think I've got 2 questions for the man then. In terms of we're looking at the shape, like what's the pros and then what's the cons in terms of like where can you see teams getting at us and where do you see us we can thrive from if we shift to this formation?
I think it's through the first line of that press.
That's probably beating the press on it.
Yeah. So Salah, McAllister, Gyokeres would be where I think you'll be able to get around that pretty easily.
Yeah. Beat the press.
Yeah.
Get the wing backs caught up the pitch high, and then just got free run down the wings in it.
But you see, when you say beat the press, they have to play out from the back, right? So it'd probably be from the goalkeeper, and then how much do they leave there? Because they would have to leave a higher number to outnumber the 3, right? So for an example, we are pressing with 3. Normally there's 4 at the back. They would have to leave the 4 to outnumber us to create the overload. Or if they go 3, then the keeper is spare, but then it's 3v3. Who does the keeper pass to?
True.
So that's the difficulty of trying to play out through the press. Then normally,
I don't think you even have to do that. You just do what PSG do. Just so for let's say I'll just use PSG as an example. You got your back 4, so Mendes, Hakimi, Marquinhos, and Pacho. All I need to do is just drop Vitinha in. That's it, and then I get Joao Neves to come a bit closer to that, and then I've got.
It's horrible how they do that. It's horrible that is how they do that.
So you said you've got. Let's move these guys slightly back, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, and then you said 4, right?
Yeah, the defense.
4. So that's your 4. Cool. And then say you got the goalkeeper because he'll be like the spare man. So what are you saying then?
So let's say whoever played number 8, number 6, right? That'll be Vitinha. So dragging another,
You want the 6 and you want the 8, yeah? Cool.
Yeah. So obviously one of them, so whoever that would be coming obviously closer. So that's now going to make it a 5v3 situation.
Okay, so here's the problem now. So if he goes here, he comes in here, even if they gamble and you go here and you go here, right? These two then come and pick up these slacks here. These guys are going to try and pull wide to drag. Your wing backs cover that. He's going to try and go there and you cover that. Right? So then that leaves a 3v3 up here. How do they play out in this situation now?
Because we know the reality of this is that
the wing backs, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's going to be the wing backs who are going to do as much as Frimpong and say Kerkez are going to jump, because they're obviously going to then try and close that down. What's going to happen is, let's put it this way: Frimpong ain't going to get the ball before my man number 2 gets the ball. That's not happening. So when he does get that ball, it leaves you to do
how. But there's the thing, though. That's you thinking that, because if normally when you sit up on a pressing structure, right, you go right. What are they trying to do? The first one will catch you at 100% because you don't know unless they've done the research, watched the videos, timed it well, stuff like that. So the first one will catch you at 9 times out of 10. But after that, you work and you go, okay, where's the pressing triggers? When the keeper get it, who's he giving it to first? Is he normally probably have some of the centre backs? They're probably in the box. Sometimes it's what they do, and then they pull their fullbacks here, and then they try and play here, go here, and then this is when he comes in. So they'll go here, then they go into here. So we have to time it right. But if they do that, obviously we're not going to go out here, right? We're going to stay here. So we're going to force them to have to either hold the ball in here and try and go side to side, which we're going to catch them up. But if we go, for an example, and miss there, then this is when guys like him are free.
Yeah.
To go in there. But 9 times out of 10, we're not playing against Vitinhas in the Premier League.
No, and
you know what I mean? So we're talking about
because you asked in terms of how could you be. I'm just saying in a general sense.
Yeah.
If to be fair, most teams do kind of play at the back anyway. But cool, you're right. We're not going to play against Vitinha and them man all the time. But even still, I mean, there's quite a lot of teams. I mean, Brighton, I reckon they'll do the same thing in terms of. I'm just looking at it just purely of a how would this just look weak kind of thing. And even if it's not a Vitinha, I just think teams could just look at that. And by the way, it's not that even what you're saying in terms of the pressing itself. It's the 3 players specifically that I don't trust to do that in itself. In terms of Salah will do it if he's asked, but it's not going to
Salah though, isn't it?
It's
like so we're saying Salah is the weak link in this one. No problem.
I never said that, bro. And also, what you lot just said about like we won't be playing Vitinha in a week. In fact, I think Liverpool won't be the better team that we struggle against anyway.
Yes,
the other teams when the ones who are not confident about playing the ball off the back, they're just going to play the ball over the press, bro. And them fullbacks they'll get caught high up the pitch.
It's too high up the pitch, and my problem is that number 8, number 9, and number 10. See that triangle that's already there, and you haven't even moved them. Look at that triangle. That's already there.
Shifters.
So who from where? So the goalkeeper gets it. Talk to us.
So cool. If the goalkeeper gets it, he's either passing to 3 or 5. We'll go with 5, right? Just for the sake of it.
Roll it to 5. Then it's about screening. It's not about going to pressing. It's about screening and forcing him into a position. So he's not going to just sprint straight to him. He's going to either run here to cut off the pass, so he has to go into the 8. Then you trust Sabo to hurry him to get the ball. Or if you say he goes straight, then he's going to go here. Then you squeeze, then you press here. The only other option, unless the forward pulls wide, then Ibu can come here.
So what's going to happen is, remember, everyone's moving. Obviously this is all static, but everyone's going to be moving obviously at this time. If he goes into number 5, right? What 5 is going?
Keeper goes into 5. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. So he goes into 5. What's going to end up happening is that you're saying he's going to screen, right? At some point, he's going to have to close him down, like just at any point.
Yeah, but you angle your run, so if you go straight at him, that's why the level of pressing, and a lot of people don't give people credit for it, because a lot of people go, no, just press him. You press him straight, brother. He can just pop it back to my man, get it. 8 will get it turn long. So Diaz, unless you're saying Diaz won't screen, how will you think Diaz would screen him or press him to?
In this point. I don't think it matters how he does.
Okay, go on then.
All I'm saying is that even if he angles it, whether he's going to screen it, right? He's not going to necessarily press, which is dangerous anyway, because you're giving them too much options to then start moving around. So either way, I feel like he's going to have to be intense with the press regardless, because if that player breaks out of that, there's too much going on after. But anyways, 5 gets the ball. Let's say he plays it into number 8. So it doesn't really matter when, because it won't matter where he is. Because remember, a number 8 just needs to angle his run in some way, shape, or form to give him an option on the ball. So even if Diaz angles that run, he'll just move to the other side, not a problem. Pass it to number 8. Once he's given it to number 8 now it's just movements either from number 6, bearing in mind number 4 is also making that run on that side of the pitch. He can probably pass it to number 9 or number 2 because the fullbacks are going to be going forward anyway. Now he's going to probably likely have 2 options. Either I go back to a number 2 or pass the ball to number 2 who's making the run, or I just give that ball straight away into number 9. Number 9, then it's then up to what happens from there. Is 10 going to drop in to give him another option? Is 8 going to just be a little bit further back to then pass it back to him? By that point, number 6 is then coming across to then give himself as an option. Now the game's all congested in that one side of the pitch. I just think that it will be more about that first line of press. If it's not done properly, I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. If it's just not done properly by the right players, i.e. we're not intense with it, that's where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I'm not the rest of the team you got is 100% right. Like, as in, that's calm. Konate can deal with that number 9 anyway. He's quick enough to deal with more or less everybody. So I'm not even worried about the pace or anything. It's just more he'll just get caught out because Konate isn't going to be necessarily standing in that position anyway. He's probably going to be a bit closer to Verge regardless. So number 9, when he does drop in, he kind of will be in a bit of space because Frimpong is going to jump regardless because he's thinking, shit, I need to worry about number 2 as well. So that's where I'm just thinking space starts to open up. And I'll be honest, at any mediocre team in the Premier League, just movement, just literally just rotation.
Okay, so say you're saying he goes into it. That determines that you think Sobo wouldn't close him down or reads that pass. Because as soon as he goes, there's triggers, right? So as soon as he goes, so the keeper has his hand on it or the player has his hand, it lays it to the keeper, he then stands there. Then he has to angle it. Say he angles it this way, frees up the 8. Sobo would, if he's flat-footed and standing there, you're right, he can get it turned, then he could look at opening the game up. But if, say, Sobo follows him in here, number 5, not every team in the Premier League are ballers, right? Like that.
Yeah, no, of course.
So what does number 5 then do in this situation, bro? Because now my man's got pressed. There's no outlet. This is where you see a lot.
But you're it's because you said that I didn't say he's going to pass back to number 5. He pass to number 6. He can drop it into number 9.
Whereas if number 6 comes in here,
well, that pass is like that's as in of course, like all you need to do is just pass it to number 6. Remember, we're thinking like Gyokeres isn't going to be any further back. Gyokeres is still going to be.
I'm not worried about Gyokeres. It's the fact of he's
but remember, it's about like if the teams who are going to play like this, they're all comfortable with this. That's my point, is that they don't care that my man's running behind me. That's what we expect them to do. So I'm saying that they're going to be comfortable enough to be able to say, yeah, that's calm. I know he's going to close me down. The whole point of that is that I want him to, because 2 and 4 are going to be making those runs. That's where my issue then starts to come in, because I'm like, shit, Kerkez and Frimpong, they're going to jump because they would naturally, just because. So once they do that, if Gravenberch and Szoboszlai also jump or don't jump, they're in a position of you either leaving space in front or behind. Regardless, look at the massive gap that is there for number 10. And we've seen it again. I'm using PSG just so that people get a visual example of what I'm trying to say. Dembele drops deep. Guess what? Now that number 10 drops deep, you're now we're a man down. All of a sudden now, no one's marking. And we've seen it too many times with certain players. Cunha against us at Anfield. Man's picking up the ball in space. Like, how have you got more space?
I know what you're saying, that, G, because when you mention intensity, that's been our problem, innit? Like, he's not,
exactly.
Like, any just said that, and that's what I said before. Any just came in, bro. Like, the majority of the Prem, more people pass the ball off in the back now, but they just go long.
Yeah. Or you just go, or you just go long, or you just go long with it, and then
do you trust our boys to deal with the ball going long?
Of course, no, but I trust them, but they're not going to win every header in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a game of percentages, really. In fact, the going long is probably not even to win the first header. It's more about trying to win that second and third or whatever ball, after that. Big up, by the way.
Newcastle kept going long against us in the League Cup as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's like looking at that then, guys. What is the percentage of teams you think that would be able to play out the press in the Premier League? So That because we're going to try and narrow it down. So how many teams do you think can play out of a press in the Premier League? I know a lot of them kind of do in some sense, but if we're using this shape, this tactics, how many of them you think will be able to play out of that press comfortably as well?
Off the
City,
cuff,
Arsenal, Brighton.
there'll be a few of them.
Maybe even Palace, actually, to be fair. Maybe even Palace.
Villa, probably.
Villa, yeah, Villa. Who else in the Premier League these days?
Competent players on the ball, innit? I think of all the teams in the Pro.
I mean, Newcastle have the competent players. I just don't know if they'll play that way. Like,
You say not that long into Isak, hold that up, spin.
I mean, that's what they do, anyway. Yeah,
I was about to say that.
Spin to Gordon and then or to what's his name, the other brother on the right hand side. Yeah, maybe like 4 or 5, maybe like 5 or 5. Let's say 5 teams off the top of my head of that I can think of. Maybe like 5 teams. So that's 10 games across the season.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 out of the 10 games. What is it? 5 teams play them twice, 10 games, and then the rest of the time you think they will get caught out if they try to play out from the back. So they'd have to probably go long.
Savage said it. It's the intensity that we do not press.
Yeah.
We don't press at any level of intensity. So really and truly, all 19 teams will be able to play at that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But if we are intense with it, it will only be those 5 teams where I'm like, they train for this. Like they have the players to actually play this role. But yeah, the other 14, then I'm like, nah, I don't think they've got necessarily the players to, if we press properly like we have done under Klopp. But I think Slot's spoken about the intent sometimes. Like, bro, like you man are walking when you're doing this pressing thing, half-hearted and that. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you need to do it properly because remember, that's why Zabozolai sometimes looks like he's all out of. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I said. It looks like a Hendo. You sort of like a headless chicken because he's pressing with intensity and everyone else is walking. Bro.
You say everyone else. I'd say the right hand side is the one that don't press properly.
I would also say the rest of the team.
No, I'd say the right hand side do not press with no intent. Like, bro, every time I have not seen teams play out down. I have not seen teams play out of our press down our left hand side.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't happen, bro. And yes, there's moments where it happens. That's fine, but it doesn't happen.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I've seen it everywhere. I don't feel like there's a specific.
Nah, bro, don't do that, G, bro. I see man running like they're about to go and do a press here, and then the ball goes out. Then come on, we see.
Hold on. So you're saying that you've never seen it where we've had Gakpo on that side. He's ghost. So that's already one position.
No, but we're talking about from a pressing, not from. No, we're not talking about not being in the game. We're talking about from a pressing.
No, that's what I'm saying. As in Gakpo's ghost at the pressing.
Yeah, to be fair, I was actually with Endz, but now you mentioned Gakpo. Yeah, that's the
bro. I've seen it enough times with Gakpo. Yeah. Obviously, not as much. I will agree.
Yeah, Gakpo does have the half-hearted pressing thing, bro.
Bro, he's got the half-hearted thing. Diaz is the only one. Diaz is
yeah. That's true. Gakpo's on prey and display, but you already know what he's on.
That's a prey and display, bro.
Right, what's the So we're talking about the first line, right? So you're saying the first line is where we'll probably, if these guys don't get the press right. So if we get the press right, are we saying then we could cook these teams easily?
Yes.
Then?
Yeah.
Yes. Get that press right. Okay. Yes. Fair. What is the so how can they exploit us then? So is it because they will leave the numbers up there in terms of 3v3? Do you think most teams will gamble with that? Leave 3 up there?
No.
So that means they will go, he needs to come back. Say he goes there and then he's there, right? And then I don't know, maybe he might have to just go in here. Then it frees it up for Ibu and these men to do their thing here.
Mm-hmm.
If we get that press right, we've obviously I know I put Diaz there because you man said that with Mo there, the pressing.
No one said anything.
No, that's what you man said. So now we put Diaz there. The pressing's intense, right?
Guys in the chat, I didn't say anything.
So what did you guys say then? Should I put Mo back then, or?
I mean, he was the attacking midfielder. I just left Diaz because we were just talking about it. But if you would prefer to put
Diaz because the way that you guys made it sound as if. All right, I'm just saying.
I didn't say anything, bro. I don't even know what I'm getting bullied for. I didn't say
it. But Savage started from the beginning of the stream, really and truly.
Nah. So what do we do then? So we get into this situation. How many goals do you think we can actually get if we time this right with the intensity, having those 3 players up there, having Mo up there, having McAllister there, and obviously an actual striker that will put the ball in the back of the net?
A lot. I think having that natural striker is where
I'm just going to say that with a competent striker like him, that's all he knows how to do, score goals. But so I think
score goals. transition football.
Mm-hmm.
And then from a defensive shape, say we play against like an Arsenal and stuff like that, right? Which they're going to try and have, especially if we play them away from home. They're going to try and have a lot of the ball. So from a defensive shape, we'll drop back into this. Can you see them still breaking us down?
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Arsenal, yes.
Like with ease though. Like I'm talking about breaking us down without... Because I've seen us in it. You know, when we went in that first game, I remember in pre-season where we went into a lot of proper low block, and I feel like it just went after a while, right? Arsenal struggled to try and break us down. And then what happened was we could catch them on a counter-attack. I didn't like the speed of like a Frimpong, and then obviously Kerkez, he's not a slouch himself. I feel like we could cause a lot of teams, especially if we drop back deep into a low block and then just wait for the right moment to counter-attack them.
I think you're right. I just don't think Slot's going to drop us back into a low block.
I think he'll trust these three.
We did that in City though as well. Using that for reference, when we played City, that's what we did, and we just counter-attacked them a lot of the times.
I think it was a low block though. I think it was a low block.
I don't know, because when we say low block, there's different versions of it. Obviously, a mad low block is everyone sitting in front of the box, right, trying to defend for their life. That's the kind of way your mind goes to. But you can sit into a low block where we're just waiting for the right moment, stopping the passes between the lines, and we're waiting for the right moment to catch it, and then we can hit them in the space they've left and vacated. So obviously, we're not going to do that against most teams, but City, they're good on the ball. I don't think we'll do that against Brighton. I think we'll just go toe-to-toe with them and see who wins. I think we're not going to respect them in that sense. In moments in the game, we'll drop back and soak up a bit of pressure. But Arsenal, I think we'll do that against, because they're very good at, you know, the playing out and stuff like that and passing. Man City. Other than that,
I agree with that, because Slot, but hopefully he does that then, because the beginning of the season he would adapt if the formation and depend on how the team was and stuff. And in the latter half of the season, he chose not to in it. So when we did Man City, he adapted the formation. Then we played PSG and he just kept it the same, and Newcastle just kept it the same. So yeah, you are right. If he adapts it, then we should be able to cook most of these teams. They'll struggle to get through. Should be fine.
And then the transition would be good as well, man, because I think that we can just turn it from a defensive moment into an attacking one. Bro, we just need to get... And then if you added this brother in there, bro.
Oh, okay, now it looks different. Now
all of a sudden, you know, like... I think, especially from the defensive standpoint, I think Slot would just trust those three to just win their individual battles. Like, I don't feel like he's going to be too fussed, like, to be like, oh yeah, like structurally, like I feel like he'll just look at it like he does now. To be fair, like he just looks at it as, well, Virgil and Konate, you guys win your own battles, and to be honest, you should really be winning your own battles. Again, percentages kind of thing. Once he's done that, then yeah, because either way, remember, you're going to still, like, I know this is as a 3-4-2-1, right? But the reality of that is that really and truly, it will be Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, and then maybe like McAllister will end up just dropping in anyway to that midfield area. So you almost got the three in central midfield regardless at times when we need to defend. And then it'll basically be like a 3-5-1-1 effectively, where someone from that attacking midfield, most likely McAllister, will just drop in. Once he drops in, it makes a bit more of a solid base. I think McAllister in that kind of role would be better for me, just because I'm like, even if he does drop in, you're going to be the most advanced midfielder, so to speak, out of everybody, i.e. you've got the license to stay up there. Like, I know everyone's looking at it and thinking, right, McAllister stay there, look a bit defensive, but no. I'm not saying he just stays there. McAllister will drop back in and have, like Inter Milan have, which is one of their midfielders ends up just being Mkhitaryan or Kalanoglu. You end up swapping and rotating in the game. One of them will just be the furthest forward, but guess what? Majority of that game, we're sticking in that 5 or 3 in the middle. Because really, remember, as we saw with Inter Milan, the only actual width came from Dumfries, DiMarco. That was it. There was no other width in the game. And that's what I think Liverpool would do with these two players. They say, yeah, you two are going to be the width in the game. And they left Bastoni, Acerbi, and Bishek. Those three, just win your duels. No one else came back. It was just them three, win your duels against whatever. If Lamine Yamal gets obviously past you, but you're not facing Lamine Yamal every week, but if he gets past you, it's now you. And that's what he ends. And I think that's what we'll just end up doing in this kind of...
Yeah, that's why we find margins in it, because it won't be, even if somebody does, breach our what we're doing, and it won't happen very often.
Exactly.
Never doesn't. Like, I mean, it's going to be them maverick type players that they cook somebody and all of a sudden the game opens up. It won't happen very often.
There you go. 100%. I agree. And remember, we're not happy. Come on, bro. Like, how many? Like, that's why when you asked about which teams, I'm like, yeah, there might be 5, and that's only like really 10 games. And remember, I'm not saying we're losing those 10 games. I'm just saying we'll have a bit of difficulty against those 10 games in the season. But I still think we can win 7 of them. I'm trying to say, like, in that kind of run, which is a fantastic kind of return against 5 teams. The other teams, I think we could just kill them. Yeah. Like, literally, we should just be able to kill them in this kind of.
Because we started off at the start of the season, we tried to play a lot through the middle, innit? Remember, we was enticing them to press us, and then we'll just play through the Gravenberch will turn, and then we could play out. But like doing this, we got what? So even if Gyokeres, you got him in there, obviously he's a striker. He's not going to be coming in here and trying to play like we got Nunes and Jota doing. But he's there in it. You can work these guys and then wait for the moment for these guys to get in round the back. And I think, bro, we would kill it.
Yeah, because Gyokeres' movement's Haaland type movement, bro.
Yeah.
So you already know he's going to be there. Get the wing backs, get the ball into the box, man. Which we do sometimes anyway, just no striker does. So
no striker. But I remember that game that we played and Diaz was on the left, and you looked in the box and there was no one.
That's why when the Endz is right, man. We played more through the middle, and that's when Grav was better, and also he was on the front foot. He was pressing better, and that's why everyone loves him at that Man U game, because he was on the front foot the whole time, bro. But that's when it felt like, I'm not blaming Slot. He won the league, and so he knows what he's doing. But just from our point of view, it's like it felt like at that point Slot was doing that's where he was getting the praise. And oh my God, as soon as this happens, he adapts. Half time, he's going to adapt, and then he just started to be like, I don't know, maybe he just gave too much trust at one point in the team, and obviously he worked out in the Prem. But then that's why in the cup games, when it was PSG, was clearly getting bopped off. We're like, yo, change something now, bro. And Newcastle were clearly getting done over. Change something. It was like too late. So.
Would you go back to this as well? So this is a 4-3-3.
You know what's so crazy? Yeah. So when you started, like, when I saw what you was doing, I was like, why does this look so dry? Like, I don't know, but maybe it's just because I'm just 4-3-3. I'm like, but it doesn't even look dry. Like,
it just looks like, I don't know, it just looks open now, innit? It just looks like,
like there's bare gaps in that. I'm like, bro, I don't want this.
It's like no one's really like helping the deficiencies of some of the guys in the team. Like, yo, can't leave Gravers on his own. It's a long day there. Mac ain't on the opposite way running back. Normally looks like he's treading water. Sobo will just do bare running and that, just run. And then we're back to shin runs and that.
Well, not even that. We're then back to the striker not playing striker, which I'm
sick. He
starts
dropping in here, bro, trying to get the ball off of someone. And
so you're just going to ignore the fact that Endz said shin runs, blood, and just carried on. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by shin runs, bro?
Explain yourself, bro.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I said, bro. So we're not happy with it. Okay, say if we did this then. I'm just trying to see where everyone's head's at, man. 4-2-3-1.
You know what? I'm sorry. I think I'm just desensitized to just looking at everything. Like, you know what? I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like, but I'm not saying, listen, if being serious, I mean, this could be okay, but he's not going to do this. Like, if he sticks with this, right?
Yeah.
He's going to keep Szoboszlai in attacking midfield, bro. I don't see him putting McAllister in there. He's just not going to do it, bro. Because if we get a Gyokeres, right, and he is the striker, I don't want to see Gyokeres doing any type of fucking shuttle runs back to the center circle.
No.
So if that's the case, he's going to need to have a idea.
So you're looking at the two formations, we naturally like the 3 and the 4-2-3-1. Not happy.
Definitely not happy with this one. Though. Like I said, I don't like this at
all. And then when we move to that position, I don't like Frimpong being there now.
Yeah. You know, like, it was jarring. I'm like, nah, Frimpong, nah, that's not really what I want to see him, man. This looks, I can't lie. Like I said, man, I think Liverpool's formation, yeah, it's one of those where like it works. Obviously, clearly, because we just won the league, it works. But I don't think moving forward, it's something that will work too much next season. Because I do think that teams end up just starting to figure us out towards the back end.
I think that's what they did in the beginning of this season as well. They figured it out.
Yeah. So I'm just like, Because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because the way you spaced it out. I don't know, but it's like I just feel like we've seen what this looks like.
I know what your problem is. I know you better than you know yourself, but I know what your problem is. You just don't want to. It's Gravenberch and McAllister, blood. I know what it is, blood. No G, blood. I know that's what his problem is, blood. Man talking about. I don't know what it is. There's something in the middle of that part somewhere. Something all up. My other kid, it's all something all up in there, man. I don't know, man.
Bro, it's so funny, yeah, because that's exactly what I'm thinking. McAllister thing in there. That's crazy, bro. That's actually mad. Like, I don't want to see that, bro. Like I was happy with I was happy with what we had in there. Like I don't really want to.
I don't make it. So I say we just what we say, take the money away for the striker, buy the lap and that. Hear me out, buy the lap.
Yeah,
no, because the money can go to Musiala because Bert's got the Bayern blood. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even
now all of a sudden, some man just took the whole page away. Comment Musiala. You know what I'm saying, bro? Hear what I'm saying? Musiala in the 10 and a cheaper striker or an expensive striker, no Musiala. But all I'm saying is, bro, you got Musiala, bro.
McAllister can pass the ball, bro. I need someone to put the ball in the net, bro.
No, I
can't deal with like Musiala dropping bare shoulders, keeping past and square it.
Compared to the lap, that's what he actually does. The lap and down, blood.
Let me go and have a look, bro. Hold on. Let me just
have a look. Let me just double check. While he's doing that, let me get to the questions piece, man. Let me know your thoughts, by the way.
As well, bro. That's one thing about the lap, bro. This youth is strong as hell, bro. He's as strong as get off me.
Gyokeres, bro.
No, but like Gyökeres ain't even stronger than the lap, bro.
Nah, don't do that, bro.
No. It's not a diss because both of them are strong. I'm telling you, bro. That's literally the lap's attribute, bro. Man is a shrug. Get off, blood. Sit on the floor.
Bro, we playing football, we playing rugby. Honesty is asking question: is Trent really going for free when he helped us win all these trophies, which also bought us money?
It didn't cost anything. He's going for nothing.
Big chances missed 10, so 18. Okay. Big chances missed 10, 18.
The fact that you said that so loud as well.
No.
Like, and I know you definitely had to pass a few other stats before you read that one. If Hakimi wins the Champions League, should Liverpool? Brother, do you think we could sign him if we win the Champions League?
Yeah. No, that's not going to help the situation in winning the Champions League.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, win the Champions League. Yeah. I don't feel like
Hakimi's one of them. The reason why none of us talk about him because we just know in it, so there's no point, bro.
I don't even. These man told me to stop talking about Musiala. They make fun of me for bringing his name up, brother. Hakimi is another one. He's another one.
So Delap conversion rate is 20%. Nunes is 15.
What's your point? Delap's still higher.
Big chances.
Who Delap?
Missed 7, yeah.
Yeah, but we know the stats, and everyone who scores more goals misses more chances. Haaland and Salah missed the most chances.
Okay, I leave that there. Jota has 13 big missed chances, but he scored less goals.
Yeah, Jota's an anomaly this season.
Okay, he's on that side.
No, factually, he's an anomaly this season. Like, we've never seen Jota play like this before. He's been trapped, bro.
Go and check Victor, bro. Then Victor, you there. Let me go and check this Victor Donny, bro.
Big up Michael Talks in the building. Where would you guys rank Simeone Inzaghi right now amongst best managers in the world?
They're up there.
No, this brother. 22 big
if I'm only going to base it on like purely this season, I guess that's, or maybe, I don't know if he's talking all round. Yeah, like a top.
They're in the top 10.
Oh, yeah, okay. Definitely in the top 10. Definitely in the top 10. I was trying to think who's 5 managers I would say is up there. What managers do I even rate? That's the real question.
Yeah, no, because when you do bet season by season, then it's a little bit easy. If you do it all round, then it's going to be the same old names on it. So, because you wouldn't do Ancelotti on this season, but
all round, I would. Yeah, I would.
Say Luis Enrique is a good manager.
So
I wanted Luis Enrique instead of Slot. Like,
same. So Luis Enrique, Hansi Flick's going to be there this season. You're going to put Slot in there as well for this season.
Ancelotti will be there.
Nah, Ancelotti won't be there, not based on this season.
Are you doing it over there? I'm just saying top 5 managers.
In general, Ancelotti and Guardiola's going to be there straight away, and then there's only 3 spots in the top 5. 100%.
Okay, so all right, we'll do it based on just in this season. So Flick, Slot. Who did you say? Flick, Slot, Enrique. So that's 3. Maybe Inzaghi would be there.
Inzaghi would be there this season, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would be there this season. Although he's starting to flop in the Serie A, though.
Yeah.
Let him live, bro.
Well, like if you're flopping, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let the man do his thing, bro. Relax.
Maybe Thingy this season, Conte. Napoli's been on smoke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, then that means they'd have to put Conte in there as well. Then.
Yeah, I think Conte as well.
Where's It's so mad because I didn't even mention Vincent Kompany. He's just won the.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you got to put Vince. Yeah, put Vince.
In there. Vince, yes, again.
In there.
No,
that's it. It's not even. That's
about it. Yeah. No one really.
Okay.
Before you read that one,
the Arteta one's kind of funny because I think Arteta's good, yeah, but I see like it doesn't make sense. You know when people do the joke with Arteta about like the Brendan Rodgers thing, I don't understand why they think that's a diss on Arteta blood. God, for me, I'm just like, hold on a minute, bro. Brendan's a more accomplished manager than you, bro. You've been what?
Yeah, what Swansea in that winning the league? Bro, get out of it.
Swansea won the FA Cup with Leicester. Obviously, did what he did in the Scottish League. Was he unbeaten in like 5 years or something in Scottish League? You know, them stats there, blood. Arteta right here, FA Cup, 2nd place. Like when did the title race become a trophy? I remember that.
So Gyokeres got 38 goals. He's missed 22 big chances, but his conversion rate 29%.
He's a demon, blood. This geezer, bro.
29%.
Yeah, that's it.
What's Harry Kane?
Is anyone? I wonder what Harry Kane is.
The thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. Conversion rates always, it's never that. Like, it's not stupid. It's never stupid high in terms of numbers.
Yeah, no.
It's not natural people not getting chances, isn't it? So
22.
Yeah, so Kane's is too higher than the lap. This is what I'm saying. Kane or the lap make the choice, bloody. Don't even matter. Bro.
Or Gyokeres, bruv, and he's like, what? Bruv, he's higher in it.
No, but remember, my point was, I want Gyökeres, but my point was, if you get rid of the expensive striker, buy Musiala, and then put the cheaper striker up top, which would be the lap. That's my point.
I would definitely take Musiala over Gyokeres. I know that much.
You see what I'm saying? And we can play Dan's and the lap, bruv.
Nah, I don't know about playing Dan's or the
lap. Listen.
You know what's so mad? I'd rather you just...
You stop, bruv. After watch what's happened with Trent, the scouts in the team stuff, yo, it's time to big up Dan's, innit? We need to promote a new one because I don't like
Sav, I don't trust none of these men no more, bro.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't trust anyone like that.
You understand, bro? I saw Endz face blood when the fan base said they've had enough. Jota and Nunes played Dance, and then they played Dance in the Champions League. And man was tired, boy. Man was running around like, bro. It was almost like he'd never played on a big pitch before.
No, they threw him under the bus in that game, Sam, and then go, yeah, maybe he's not that good, you know. Maybe he just no.
Man went out on loan like a week after that, boy. They said
with a bad back,
and then he's out injured for the remainder of the freaking
season. Hey, bro, we know about one thing next season: Rio blood.
You know, I'll talk about. Let me ask this question, and I'm going to talk about Rio real quick. Actually, question: why can't LFC do the same before? I didn't even see this. Musiala renewed his deal. We go and tell him, big man, over 2 years, join LFC. We're going to build the team around you. In it. Basically, why don't we do what Real Madrid do?
Because if the Liverpool, if somebody from Liverpool does that, man would just laugh at them. Useless.
Not even that, bro. I feel like there's a way that we would get in trouble, bro. For tapping up.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
although didn't Slot saying in his last interview pretty much that's what Julian Wardenot was doing with him. So he said, he said that
my man asked to come to the club just to see how it works. And,
he said Julian Warden knew him already in that, and then he was coming to Holland, and he said, do you mind if I come over and like watch you lots for my course on that? And he's like, I don't think he was watching for the course. He was trying to tap him up.
Man said, yeah, I'm just here, just taking in the scenery. Like, do you mind if I just sit here and just watch your training sessions? Like, if that's okay. Like,
man said, yo, this is the brother we need to get in, and he was right.
So on Rio quickly, before we head on out of here, right? Obviously, such difficult circumstances, right? Because, and this is why people in like a Lamine Yamal can be a Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Because he can go to, like, Lamine Yamal will be at Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and get the opportunity to start. We're looking at Rio, and we're looking at him thinking, yeah, he's not ready yet. Not ready for what? Like, I don't even know. Like, what is he not ready for? Because Lamine Yamal wasn't like Like when I saw Lamine Yamal at first, I promise you, now he's put on a tad bit more size.
Yeah.
Donny was like this, like a twig. He just looked like a twig.
Bro.
Bare ball skills in that, but just like he just looked like a twig. So
I'm
thinking,
Unreal's ready, bro. I'm Unreal's ready.
yeah,
Like,
I don't get
can't
like,
keep doing that thing. Because that's what happened when he played against Accrington, bro. Like, they give him these little minutes in that, bro. And then all of a sudden, everyone who didn't know who he was or didn't watch him, they're like, oh, so what was the big hype he was on about? I'm like, bro, that's only a couple of minutes, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, every player's going to be like that until they get some minutes, bro. It's cookers, bro, playing, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the preseason stuff. You know me, bro. I love the preseason stuff. Because I know this brother is going to be cooking.
You know what? I've started to, like, you see the preseason, yeah? Obviously, the team have to do it regardless, yeah, but I don't really like it because I do think it starts to skew people's minds in what we think and not think.
Go forward. Yeah.
Do you know what? I would say the other side, G, because when I watch it, I know what I'm looking for. 9 times out of 10, what I predict will happen.
No, fairs, but I'm talking in terms of, I'm more looking at it from the how we rate players. You can't rate anybody in preseason. I'm sorry.
But you know what it is, though, bro? I don't even think it's the rating of players. I think it's like score lines. I think that's what skews their opinion based around it. So say we play AC Milan, I think that's the first one. Smoke them. Sobo scores like a hat-trick in it. All of a sudden, they'll be like, yo, Sobo's ready now for the season. On the other side, you lose to them, they're like, see, he's shit. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the way they look at it. I never look at what the scoreline is. I just look at the performance. I'm like, right, if you come up against my man in this position, looking like this is the run you're making. Okay, now I'm seeing the deliveries, consistency. Okay, I know when we get in here and then you get my man up front, when we put these in, this is where we're going to score.
But then that's where I come back in, because I'm like, obviously it's difficult because preseason, but I don't even look at that. When I watch preseason, I don't look for anything, because I'm like, what am I going to learn here in preseason? Prime example, Elliot cooked preseason. Donny looking at me, he might get sold at the end of the season.
But
Carvalho was cooking. Like, man thought he would actually fully stay. Now he's at, I don't even know, is he at Brentford still? Like, I saw him play for the B team the other day against QPR. Like, it's all mad. Like, I just feel like with preseason, not us necessarily, it's just more fans. Like, they'll do what Endz said, which is a guy will have a good performance. Forget the score, even if we draw 2-2, but he will have a sick performance. And then you'll start saying, yeah, he's ready. Bro, trust me, attacking midfield, he got... Season comes now, 3 bad games. Bro, we should have sold him in the summer. What? Bro, let the season even just take time, and at least I feel like you need to get into the season first. Once you get into
because like preseason is not really meant to be viewed on it. They made a way to make money off it, but really, man, ain't really supposed to see these preseason.
Yeah, men are meant to see it, really.
Yeah, it's kind of like a training thing for them and getting their fitness up and all that stuff. Like, so I think for them, the coaches, it tells you like what a player can't do more than what they can. So if someone looks like lack of physicality in the preseason, and we're in like Malaysia and that, like, nah, you can't. Nah, you're not ready.
That's what I said, reverse engineer it. So like things that I'd look for, as I said, I'll look across the player throughout the whole season and go, he's stunk in this area. But then I'm watching preseason, I'm like, you can see that there's a development in there. You can see there's a slight tweak in there, and you go, right, if you can add that, because that's what you was missing the season before, then you're good.
Yeah. I think Carvalho's one's a bit weird, because I just think his problem was that he was so set on playing the 10, bruv. They probably would have kept him around if he weren't like, I just want to play the 10 constantly, bruv. And then he went to Brentford, and then Thomas Frank said, you can play the bench. How about that?
Yeah, got a bit.
Now imagine that, bro. Spend all that money on him and just don't play him. And then the one time he played against us, got roughed up, bro.
You know what happened then? It's because they brought him in. Because obviously we all know that when we first saw Damsgaard in the World Cup and that, bro, he was cold. But he had a rough time at Brentford, innit, with injuries and stuff. They brought Carvalho, all of a sudden, Damsgaard's not injured anymore, blood. Came back with a janky hairline, blood, but he can still play football, bro.
Yeah, bro, he's on it, man.
He's cold, man. He's a good player, bro. And he's way more developed than Carvalho, bro, so...
Definitely. He's supposed to do a video, like, he's done good this season now. I didn't even realize how good, he had done. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Got the rest of my day to get on with. Endz, Savage, love for jumping in with a good conversation. Guys, I'll probably do some more of these wacky kind of stuff. I've got some more crazy ideas when it comes to Liverpool. Even players, actually, I've got a few funny ideas of players that we should sign. And no, they are not Musiala and Olise. So you'll be happy to know. Endz, anything popping?
No,
But
I was going to do
before you say anything, guys, make sure you subscribe to Endz and also subscribe to his clips and reactions channel. Everything is in my description, but here is obviously his main channel where you'll find that as well. But sorry, go on.
You haven't, man. If you haven't, you're a loser, bro. It is what it is, man. Just pure vibes in it at this point. I was gonna do something today, but nope, not gonna do it. Gonna chill out, man, and relax. Got a session later. But if you guys throw something together later and I'm about, then yeah, I'll happily join.
Sabino.
Just wrestling stuff today, man. Prediction show for the pay-per-view on the weekend. That's at 5. And yeah, nothing else planned at that. See if I don't know, probably do something away from football or see if you want to use a lot of doing that. But apart from that, no, nothing.
Say no more. Guys, make sure you're subscribing to the damn channels, please. I will drop another video maybe at like 5, 6 o'clock. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I will look into the archives to see what is popping. Trying to think what's going on for the rest of the week. Weekend, I will not be about. So I'll be back come the Monday or even Tuesday. But yeah, Monday, I'll be back. Tomorrow's Friday. I do want to do this Nickelodeon thing, but I just don't know what time I'm going to get home. If I don't get home too late, then maybe I'll do it.
You got a few to do, and it's like Nickelodeon. We ain't done the rap one yet either.
You've been thinking about this for time, G, man. It's like part 2.
You know, I'm so focused. You know, I end up recording other videos, and then I just think, well, I'm tired now, man. I ain't trying to sit here for 2
And that other video you're talking about now, I keep forgetting what it is. But yesterday, I can't remember what video was it.
We were going to do the Nickelodeon, or we was going to do Fathers from Scratch.
Yeah, what was the topic on it though? Do you remember?
I think there was a video.
There was. We said we were speaking about something, and you said, "Oh, we should do a video on it." But I can't remember what the topic was. Something to do with women, but I can't remember what it was.
I feel like it's slowly. You know, when you're thinking of something, it starts getting further and further away. It'll come back.
Well, these slow guys thinking about it. If you guys want to watch football, man, doing all the watch-alongs for Liverpool's last few games as well. So, yeah.
When's our next match? Where do we play next?
Sunday, 4:30, Arsenal.
We got Arsenal this weekend. Okay. I'll miss that regardless. You know, when you're in the church and that, like at the wedding, and I'm trying to just got my phone, just earphones in, and I'm gonna have to run one of them. And it's funny because all of them are gonna be Arsenal fans. I wonder how that's gonna be.
Hold on a minute, you watching football in church, bro? What kind of blasphemy is that, bro?
I'm just watching.
Can he not live?
Like I can't just.
God made him.
Like I'll get my son to hold the phone.
Rotted. You brought your son into the sin too.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. God made everyone in His own image. So if G's doing that, then God.
So you're telling me God's a Liverpool fan?
Could have been.